Chapter 752. Ling Longshui knew that these questions would provoke Ling Longshui, but she had to consider them carefully. So she asked directly. She could give Ling Longshui some suggestions, but she had to make the decision herself. I don't know. Ling Longshui shook her head. She really didn't know what to do. The sudden news made her panic for the first time. You need to know. At least you need to know the future of the child. Bing Lingyue held her hand. Ling Longshui bit her red lips. There were times when people in the virtual realm were confused. Her other hand was placed on her belly through her clothes. Ling Longshui knew what Bing Lingyue meant. Should she keep the child or not? Because Bing Lingyue heard Ling Longshui's words and knew that what happened between her and Lin Xian was an accident. She didn't hate Lin Xian, but at least they weren't partners now. The child is alive. He's innocent. Ling Longshui murmured. You already know what you're thinking. So be it. But you have to make things clear between you and Lin Xian. After all, he's the child's father. No. Don't tell him. Ling Longshui quickly stopped her. Why? I don't want him to know. But your child is born. Do you want him to be fatherless? Ling Longshui lowered her head. I think even without a father he can live a good life. I'll teach him well. After a long time, Ling Longshui said softly. Bing Lingyue sighed and stood up. Alright, I know you're in a mess. Calm down first. I won't reveal this matter. I respect your decision, but I hope you'll make a good decision. With that, she pushed open the door and walked out, but her eyebrows were tightly knitted. Oh no, you is missing. Bing Lingyue suddenly rushed in. Ling Longshui looked up. She wouldn't have suddenly disappeared, which meant that she must have overheard their conversation. They were all afraid that this girl would do something to Lin Xian. At this moment, Lin Xian was sleeping at home. Lin Ye went to the company, and Ling Ying and the others went home. Although Lu Yufan was Lin Xian's girlfriend, Lin Xian was reluctant to push her down. At most he would kiss her. Naturally, it was impossible for him to sleep at her place. He had nothing to do every day, and there were no girls to hook up with, so he could only sleep. Shua Ling Longyue's figure suddenly appeared beside Lin Xian's bed. Get up. Ling Longyue kicked Lin Xian, and Lin Xian was sent flying into the wall in his sleep. Roar. Lin Xian climbed up from the ground and sucked in a breath of cold air. Then he looked up and saw Ling Longyue in front of him. This girl's eyes were still red, and her little face was filled with anger and a little bit of grievance. I say, what's wrong with you so early in the morning? What did I do to you? Lin Xian stood up with a dumbfounded expression. You bastard. I'll kill you. Kill you. Ling Longyue then angrily rushed towards Lin Xian, waving her pink fists at Lin Xian. She was angry and wronged, but she definitely wouldn't kill Lin Xian. However, she would definitely beat Lin Xian up to vent her anger, whether it was for herself or for Ling Longshui. Lin Xian was really confused. What did he do? Why did this girl come over and beat him up? She used quite a bit of strength and he was bleeding. He was going to become a pig's head. As this girl beat him up, she started to cry. Lin Xian then grabbed her wrist. Bitter. His face was already beaten into a pig's head, but Lin Xian knew that something must have happened. Otherwise she wouldn't be like this. He chose to bear with it. I say, little girl, why are you crying? What's going on? Tell me, don't just cry. After you're done, beat me up, okay? Lin Xian said as he wiped her tears. Woo, why did you do that to my sister? Why? As she cried, she punched Lin Xian's chest with her pink fists. What did I do to your sister? Lin Xian was dumbfounded. Sister spoiled the baby, woo. You hooligan, stinky bastard. You're so shameless. Die. Lin Xian. What did I say? Lin Xian widened his eyes. What the *CK? What did he just hear? You're still pretending, you bastard. Ling Longyue wiped her tears. After beating up Lin Xian, she calmed down a lot. She wasn't as impulsive as before. You just said. Your sister is pregnant. Lin Xian asked again. Ling Longyue pouted and handed Lin Xian a few tissues. Hurry up and wipe the blood. It was my fault just now. I was impulsive. I'm sorry, but I still hate you. I hate you. Ling Longyue said angrily. Lin Xian scratched his head and took the tissues. Whoosh whoosh, Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue suddenly appeared. Stop. The moment Ling Longshui appeared, she saw the blood on Lin Xian's face. Afraid that she was too late, she quickly shouted. Then Ling Longyue appeared behind her. She stood in front of Lin Xian. It would be a lie to say that she didn't care. Are you okay? Ling Longshui looked at Lin Xian. Then she stretched out her hand and formed a seal. She wanted to release some kind of healing power to help Lin Xian heal. However, Lin Xian reached out and grabbed her hand. You were too impulsive. Bing Lingyue scolded Ling Longyue. I was just angry. Ling Longyue also knew that she was wrong. She was too impulsive. Even if she was angry, her sister didn't say anything. Why did she come over? Fortunately, she didn't make a big mistake. Okay, let's leave the time to them. Let's go. Oh! Ling Longyue then looked at Lin Xian and Ling Longshui. Then, she released her power and disappeared with Bing Lingyue. Ling Longshui blushed slightly. Then, she quickly shook off Lin Xian's hand and turned her face to the side. Lin Xian used his arm to wipe the blood off his face. Xiao Linglong, I just heard little you say that you're pregnant? Lin Xian seemed to have never been so nervous. He stuttered. No, she was just joking. You're not seriously injured. You'll be fine after resting. I'm leaving. Ling Longshui said lightly. I don't believe it. I don't believe that she would come over and beat me up for no reason and then say something like that. Lin Xian grabbed her hand again. Ling Longshui shook him off again and said, It has nothing to do with you. Rest. Lin Xian. *CK, Xiao Linglong, you have to take responsibility for what you said. It has nothing to do with me. I don't believe it. Lin Xian knew Ling Longshui too well. It was impossible. It was definitely his. Rest. She didn't know what to say. She didn't want to tell him, but Ling Longshui told her. Chapter 753. Lin Xian grabbed her hand and pulled her into his embrace. I don't care. I want to hug you even when I'm resting. I want to talk to my baby. You. Ling Longshui gritted her teeth. She instinctively wanted to slap Lin Xian, but she didn't know why, but she couldn't bring herself to do it. You can't refuse. As the child's father, I have the right to talk to him. Lin Xian said. Ling Longshui. What a shameless person. I told you it has nothing to do with you. Ling Longshui said softly. Then who do you think it has to do with? Bring him over right now. Ling Longshui. Hey, you're still trying to deny it. Lin Xian grabbed her waist. With a little force, the two of them sat on the edge of the bed. Let go. Ling Longshui frowned. No, I'm touching my son. What right do you have to make me let go? Lin Xian placed his hand on her flat stomach. Of course it was through her clothes. Ling Longshui. She felt goosebumps all over her body. Slap. Then she slapped Lin Xian's hand away. I'm going back. Ling Longshui said calmly. She might have said it calmly on the surface, but she was definitely not calm on the inside. Whoa. Lin Xian grabbed her hand again. Lin Xian was also very confused. He had become a father for no reason. Xiao Linglong. Ling Longshui tried to break free from Lin Xian's hand, but Lin Xian held it very tightly. Perhaps it was because their relationship was indeed unusual. She was just not used to interacting with the opposite sex. However, Lin Xian indeed had the right to touch her. After all, she was pregnant with Lin Xian's child. She was very confused and didn't know what to do. What do you plan to do about the child? Lin Xian looked at her seriously and asked. What about you? She looked indifferent on the surface, but of course she cared about Lin Xian's thoughts. Me. I don't care. Your thoughts are my thoughts. Okay. Ling Long Shui nodded slightly. Then Lin Xian's hand wrapped around her waist very gently. I'll be responsible for you. Lin Xian looked into Ling Long Shui's eyes and said seriously. Ling Long Shui also looked into Lin Xian's eyes. From his eyes, she didn't see any deception or evasion. The two looked at each other for 5 seconds. 10 seconds. Then, Lin Xian leaned forward and kissed her. Ling Long Shui's mind suddenly went blank. She rubbed her sleepy big eyes. She didn't wake up when Lin Xian was beaten up by Ling Longyue, but now she was awake. Then she saw Lin Xian bumping into a new beautiful big sister. She looked at it for a while and found it meaningless. She fell asleep again. Lin Xian didn't expect Ling Long Shui to be pregnant with his child. This child was his helper. Lin Xian was still thinking about how to get Ling Long Shui when his unborn child seemed to say, "Dad, I'm here to help you." Then he came. Lin Xian and Ling Long Shui didn't lose their minds this time. Once again they had sex. At first Ling Long Shui refused, but Lin Xian didn't say anything. He used his actions to guide her. Gradually she fell for him. The main reason was that she had accepted Lin Xian in her heart. She had no choice but to accept. The child was already here. At noon Lin Xian opened his eyes. Once again he saw that beautiful side profile. It was a kind of happiness. Ling Long Shui also woke up. She looked at Lin Xian. In the next moment, Lin Xian flew out again and hit the wall. Ling Long Shui hurriedly put on her clothes. Lin Xian got up from the ground. "Xiao Ling Long, you can't do this. We're shy, but you can't hit me for no reason." Lin Xian said bitterly. "Shut up." Ling Long Shui tried her best to calm down. Lin Xian moved closer to her. He smiled and kissed her on the cheek. "Xiao Ling Long, can you agree to be my girlfriend now?" Ling Long Shui looked sideways at Lin Xian and bit her lips slightly. "Why?" She looked at Lin Xian. "We already have a child. Can't you accept me? Don't tell me you still want to find someone else." Ling Long Shui tucked a strand of hair behind her ear and said, "I don't need you and I don't need other men. But the child needs a father." Lin Xian knew that Ling Long Shui was a very soft-hearted person. This emotional card was definitely the best to use. And now was definitely the best time to take her down. Sai women, especially Xiao Linglong, are too proud. As expected, when she heard Lin Xian's words, she let down her guard. Then Lin Xian sat down and held her slender hand. He looked at her affectionately. "Xiao Linglong, believe me. Although I'm not as strong as you and sometimes I'm unreliable, I really want to be responsible for you. And the child, give me a chance. I swear I'll treat you wholeheartedly. I'll work hard to become strong enough to be worthy of you." "Okay." Ling Long Shui slowly turned her head and looked at Lin Xian with her beautiful eyes. "I know you have your pride. I also know that I'm not worthy of you right now. Whether it's your strength, your beauty, or your nobility, I'm far inferior to you. Even if I climbed 10 mountains, I still wouldn't be able to catch up to you. But we ended up where we are now. I want to be responsible for you. Give me a chance." Ling Long Shui's heart was indeed touched. She didn't have too many prejudices against Lin Xian. On the contrary, she felt that Lin Xian was a pretty good person. He was fine as a friend, but they ended up having sex again by accident. Just now she was done by Lin Xian again. It wasn't that she didn't want to reject him, but she felt that she already had a child with Lin Xian, and it wasn't their first time. Then, yes, they already had a child. They clearly had a father, so why couldn't she accept him? Did she really want the child to be fatherless? Yes, Lin Xian wasn't very strong now, but no one could say for sure how strong he would be in the future. She also believed that he had a bright future ahead of him. Actually, Lin Xian just had sex with her for the 3rd time, which already proved that in her heart, Ling Long Shui had accepted him. Otherwise, how could he? Perhaps Ling Long Shui felt like it was a lifetime ago. She never thought that she would have a partner one day, a man she loved and cared about. But now she had one. Perhaps she didn't know if she loved him, but at least she didn't hate him. At least he was the father of her child. At least she wanted to give birth to the child. She couldn't bear it. Okay. After more than 10 seconds, Ling Longshui turned her head, leaving Lin Xian with a beautiful side profile. However, she gave a soft okay. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Really? Ha ha ha. Lin Xian then hugged her and laughed happily. That's right, it was a laugh that came from the bottom of his heart. Congratulations to your new girlfriend, Ling Longshui. Adonis points increased by 100 million. Because you are dating 5 women, Adonis points increased by 50 million. Ding, ding. The system will reward Ling Longshui by stepping into the heavenly Dao realm. Confirm effect. Chapter 754. Lin Xian was extremely shocked. Wasn't this system a little too terrifying? Previously, the reward for Ling Ying and the rest was an increase of 2 stars. Well, for Ling Longshui, it was only an increase of 1 star because she was at the Great Void Realm. However, that 1 star was the most difficult step in the world. He had known Ling Longshui for quite some time. In terms of talent, she could be considered a monster. However, she was also stuck at the chasm between the Great Void Realm and the Heavenly Dao Realm. She could not cross it. She needed an opportunity, and time. That was the peak of all known realms. Heavenly Dao. That name already told you something. Anyway, Lin Xian did not even know what the Great Void Realm could do, much less the Heavenly Dao Realm. Lin Xian only knew that the space attribute Heavenly Venerables, Ling Longyue, could even do a space jump of a few hundred kilometers. As for the Heavenly Dao Realm, however, since she was his wife, she would definitely be useful. Ding. Your space attribute proficiency has increased to 100%. A system notification that excited Lin Xian appeared. His space attribute proficiency had been maxed out. This felt F*King great. Lin Xian's space attribute proficiency was only slightly more than 10% previously. Now it had reached 100%. What was going on? At the same level, Lin Xian could teleport 10,000 meters with his space attribute. Now he could teleport 100,000 meters. That's right, it had increased by 10 times. Ling Longshui's space attribute proficiency was probably at 100%. This cheat was simply invincible. Xiao Linglong, do you know why you have been stuck at the Heavenly Dao Realm? Lin Xian suddenly asked as he held Ling Longshui's hand. Ling Longshui looked at Lin Xian in surprise. Her hand was not used to it. Although she had indeed agreed to be Lin Xian's girlfriend and had done it with him several times, she was still not used to it. However, if she forced herself to get used to it and not even let Lin Xian touch her hand, it wouldn't make sense. And Ling Longshui was puzzled as to why Lin Xian would suddenly ask such a question after his confession. Your realm is insufficient. The heaven and earth spiritual energies are insufficient. You have yet to break through the bottleneck. You need opportunities. Ling Longshui said. No. It's mainly because you aren't my girlfriend. Ling Longshui. All right, he was just joking. However, you are now my wife. Do you believe that you will be able to advance to the Heavenly Dao Realm? You're about to advance. Impossible. Under normal circumstances, it's impossible for me to advance to the Heavenly Dao Realm without 10 years. Ling Longshui shook her head. Then can we make a bet? I bet that you will advance to the Heavenly Dao Realm today. No, I bet that you will begin advancing to the Heavenly Dao Realm today. After all, Lin Xian did not know if the advancement to the Heavenly Dao Realm was instantaneous or how long it would take. What if you lose? If I lose, you can say or do whatever you want. As long as it's something normal, I won't retort. Sure. She knew her situation very well. Advance to the Heavenly Dao Realm. Especially today. How was that possible? Wasn't he deliberately losing to her? Then what if I win? I'll make the same bet as you. Lin Xian revealed a mischievous smile before leaning close to Ling Longshui's ear and whispering. Shua. Immediately, her beautiful face was dyed with a layer of crimson, and her face was filled with anger. You lecture. Holyish *T. We are now lovers. Furthermore, it's a bet. My request isn't too much, right? Lin Xian said with a helpless smile. All right. Ling Long Shui clenched her teeth. After all, it was impossible for him to win. No, previously she also believed that it was impossible for him to win, but she still lost to him. This time, she hesitated for a moment, but upon realizing that she was advancing to the heavenly Tao realm, especially when it concerned her, she knew best that it was absolutely impossible. Therefore she dared to make the bet. To think he wanted her to do such a shameless thing. Bastard. Then what will happen if you advance to the heavenly Tao realm? Lin Xian asked. Ling Long Shui glanced at Lin Xian. He was still acting. Anyway, not here. If not, everything within a 10-kilometer radius will be destroyed. Lin Xian. Then bring me to a place where you can advance to the heavenly Tao realm. Ling Long Shui sighed inwardly before following Lin Xian. The duo vanished from their original spot and appeared in an empty space that Lin Xian had never been to before. It resembled a grassland, but the sky here was dark. It was daytime in the previous place. How far did they go? Why was there such a time difference? This is a place very far away from the demon beast domain. Alright, I didn't advance. You lose. Ling Long Shui said. Lin Xian curled the corners of his mouth. Don't be in such a hurry. Then Lin Xian confirmed that Ling Long Shui had advanced to the heavenly Tao realm. Suddenly Ling Long Shui knitted her brows. Heaven and earth spiritual energies from an unknown distance surged into her body. At the same time, a vortex appeared in the cosmos above her head. The gigantic vortex flashed with lightning. It was extremely terrifying. Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian in shock. She knew her own situation best. Now, the heaven and earth spiritual energies in a 100-kilometer radius were surging into her body in preparation for her advancement to the heavenly Tao realm. If she was a car with the heavenly Tao realm as the crux, then the surrounding heaven and earth spiritual energies would be the fuel. She was alarmed. She could not understand. She was clearly very far from the heavenly Tao realm. This bottleneck was not something that could be broken through at will, but how was Lin Xian able to do it? How many secrets was Lin Xian hiding from her? Alright, so be it if he kept it from her. It was nothing, but this scene was something she did not know. That's right, it exceeded the scope of her knowledge. But now was not the time to consider such matters. She needed to calm her mind and advance to the heavenly Tao realm because it was a very dangerous process. Go to the side. Stay far away. Ling Long Shui said to Lin Xian. Then, with a wave of her hand, Lin Xian appeared on a distant cliff. He was high up and could see Ling Long Shui's situation. However, he could not see her clearly. Lin Xian's body was enveloped by a white glow. Clearly, it was released by Ling Long Shui to protect him. That can't be, right? She even needs to protect me after advancing to the heavenly Tao realm. Lin Xian did not know how exaggerated the advancement to the heavenly Tao realm was. Not only did Ling Long Shui allow him to leave, she had even released her powers to protect him. Then, Ling Long Shui sat cross-legged in her spot, absorbing large amounts of heaven and earth spiritual energies. Her body was surrounded by a white glow that was especially eye-catching in the dark night. What was even more exaggerated was the gigantic vortex above her head. It gave off the feeling of a sci-fi apocalypse movie, as though aliens were invading Earth. Furthermore, there were endless bolts of lightning flashing within it. As the vortex spun, a hole seemed to appear in the sky. It was especially terrifying. The F***king difference is too great. Lin Xian recalled his advancement to the lower realm. There were no changes at all. Only his body had changed. Yet, the advancement to the heavenly Tao realm had caused a phenomenon. The heaven and earth spiritual energies in a radius of more than 100 kilometers surged over. Chapter 755. This wait lasted for 3 hours. That's right, Ling Longshui had been sitting there motionless for 3 hours. The vortex above their heads and the lightning remained, but the surrounding heaven and earth spiritual energies were so rich that it was unimaginable. The place they were in resembled a grassland, but now, what was the situation around Ling Longshui and even Lin Xian? It was as though they were in the middle of a storm. The airflow in the air spiraled like a tornado, but it covered a huge area. However, it did not have the destructive power of a tornado. Countless blades of grass were torn apart as they danced in the air, especially around Ling Longshui's body. This was not an airflow. No, to be precise, it was an effect caused by tiny bits of airflow mixed with unimaginable heaven and earth spiritual energies. Holy *T, was I too careless? Why do I feel like advancing to the heavenly Tao realm is still very dangerous? Lin Xian thought as he sensed everything around him. If he had known, he would have let Ling Longshui make some preparations. That way he would not have been too worried, but now he hoped that nothing would happen. Boom! At that moment, the vortex knew that a bolt of lightning that was dozens of meters thick had struck down. Lin Xian. Wasn't this 2F*** king terrifying? At the same time, Ling Longshui suddenly opened her beautiful eyes and leaped into the void. A terrifying white force struck at the bolt of lightning that came crashing down. Boom! The two forces collided and instantly, sand and pebbles were sent flying. The ground beneath Ling Longshui was lifted up by the force before shattering in the air. Lin Xian. This was AF** king advancement to the heavenly Tao realm? Wasn't this F** king courting death? Wasn't this force too terrifying? To advance to the heavenly Tao realm, one had to withstand the lightning. The lightning was like a trial of the heavenly Tao. One had to withstand the heavenly Tao's test to successfully advance, or they would be reduced to dust by the heavenly lightning. Should be fine. Should be fine. Although the heavenly Tao realm is difficult, there have been some who have advanced. And Xiao Linglong's bloodline is top-notch. If they can advance and succeed, how can Xiao Linglong fail? I'm absolutely fine. Lin Xian muttered to himself. That's right, he was extremely nervous. He even regretted it. If he had known, he would have made Ling Longshui prepare to advance to the heavenly Tao realm. When the light dissipated, Ling Longshui stood in the air. Her body was surrounded by a white light, and her hair and dress danced wildly in the wind. Boom! Another thunderbolt. Boom! An hour later, Ling Longshui had been standing in the air the entire time. She had withstood countless bolts of lightning, each stronger than the last. The ground below them had already been reduced by more than 10 meters, completely destroyed by the explosive power of the two. If not for Ling Longshui's protection, Lin Xian would have already been reduced to dust. The surrounding few kilometers were gone. The tiny mountain that Lin Xian had been standing on was long gone. He was already standing on the ground that was more than 10 meters lower. It was a gigantic crater. He continued looking nervously into the sky. Lin Xian finally understood why Ling Longshui had said that he could not advance there because the surroundings would be destroyed. Lin Xian was also thankful that he had not immediately confirmed it when the system's notification sounded. If not, wouldn't the city that spanned more than 10 kilometers be gone? It was unknown how many people would die there. At this moment, the lightning vortex in the sky was condensing. This time it was more terrifying than any of the previous times. Lin Xian, who was below, could even feel the pressure from the sky. It was a power that he couldn't withstand. Even if this power didn't descend, Lin Xian would probably be crushed to death by this pressure if he didn't have Ling Longshui's protection. The strongest purple thunderbolt coiled around the vortex. Ling Longshui released her power in a dignified manner, preparing to face the last bolt of lightning. Dragony was sleeping soundly before this, but she had already woken up. She could feel the uneasiness in Lin Xian's heart. But when she woke up, she did not see Lin Xian. Through the connection between the two, she communicated with Lin Xian and learned the general situation. There was nothing she could do, but she hoped that nothing bad would happen. Boom! In an instant, the heavens and earth were illuminated by a purple light. No. Countless purple lightning bolts that one could not imagine surged towards the relatively small Ling Long Shui, as if they wanted to make the entire world disappear. The bright light made Lin Xian close his eyes subconsciously. Then he felt as if he was falling. He felt as if countless stones and sand were smashing into his body, but they were all blocked by the power around him. After about 30 seconds, everything calmed down and Lin Xian opened his eyes. The ground in a radius of more than 10 kilometers had sunk. No, it wasn't sunk, but the power of the collision directly turned the ground into nothingness. It was destroyed. This terrifying power was the strongest Lin Xian had ever seen. The vortex in the sky disappeared, and everything around it was destroyed. But the surroundings calmed down. A figure landed beside Lin Xian. Xiao Linglong. Lin Xian hurriedly ran over. Linglong Shui wasn't wearing a single piece of clothing. She had been completely destroyed by the power, but Lin Xian's mind wasn't on that. It was on Linglong Shui's safety. Linglong Shui landed on the ground and opened her beautiful eyes. Her first reaction was to look for Lin Xian. Then, she saw Lin Xian and blinked in front of Lin Xian. "Are you all right?" Linglong Shui was also worried about Lin Xian. "You have vomited blood." Lin Xian saw a trace of blood by the corner of her mouth. She shook her head and wiped it. "I'm fine." Following that, she revealed a look of pleasant surprise. I've advanced." It was true. Under normal circumstances, she would have given herself at least 10 years to advance to the heavenly Tao realm, but she never expected it to happen so suddenly. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. "It's good that you're fine. It's good that you're fine." Advancing was obviously the best, but it was important that she was fine. Linglong Shui felt like she was in a different world. She had advanced in a baffling manner. She had too many things she wanted to ask Lin Xian about. She really couldn't figure it out. It was just too incredulous. How did Lin Xian do it? "Well, why don't you put on some clothes first? I admit that you have a great figure and good skin, but it's not very elegant. Look at this." Lin Xian coughed dryly. Linglong Shui was taken aback before she looked down at herself. The next instant, her face turned red once again, the redness reaching her neck. Logically speaking, it was beautiful for a girl of her level to blush. "Turn around." She gritted her teeth and quickly took out some clothes from her interspatial ring to wear. "All right, turn around." Lin Xian scratched his head. That wasn't right. He was now Linglong Shui's man. Why was he turning around? Damn it, he hadn't seen enough. Chapter 756. If you said that Lin Xian was a scumbag, then he would admit that he was. But he couldn't do that. If Xiao Xinhua had a boyfriend and he tried to poach her, he really couldn't do it. Damn! I'm a man, why should I think so much? Moreover, that Gong Sun Jun isn't my brother, he's my enemy. Why should I think so much? Let's do it. Lin Xian suddenly realized this point. Why should he feel guilty? If Gong Sun Jun was his brother, then he would feel guilty. Although Bing Lingyue's mission was more urgent, Lin Xian felt that it wasn't appropriate to pursue her. That would be courting death. Just at this time Lin Xian's phone rang. He looked at it and found that it was Lu Jingyi. As soon as the phone connected, Lu Jingyi's shocked voice came from the other side. Brother Xian, there's a big matter, do you want to know? Damn. What big matter can make you so surprised? Lin Xian smiled helplessly. First tell me if you want to know. No, I'm hanging up. Lin Xian finished speaking and was about to hang up. Hey, don't. Then I'll say it. Do you know what I just heard? Lu Zhengyi then whispered. I just heard that Gong Sun Jun used a trick to catch up with Xiao Xinhua. Hearing Lu Zhengyi's words, Lin Xian's interest was piqued. Oh, what's going on? It's like this. I'm currently at night KTV. Some friends are drinking, bragging and picking up girls. Then there's a brother that I don't know. I only met him at this party. He drank a bit too much and seemed to be in a bad mood. He's in the lightning tribulation realm and he's drunk. Don't you think he's an idiot? A lightning tribulation realm cultivator can get drunk. He must be in a bad mood. Otherwise, he could use his spiritual power to dissolve the alcohol. You're off topic, Lin Xian said helplessly. Oh, it's like this. Then he got drunk, so I bragged to him in the corner. Brother Xian, do you know what he said? He said that some time ago, Gong Sun Jun found him and a few of his Thunder Tribulation Realm brothers to plot against Xiao Xinyue in the demonic beast domain. Then, Gong Sun Jun came to save the damsel in distress. Otherwise, how could he have caught up with Xiao Xinyue? Lin Xian, that shouldn't be the case. Xiao Xinyue's strength is top-notch. Even if there were several lightning tribulation realm cultivators, they wouldn't be a match for her. There's no need to save the damsel in distress, Lin Xian said. I don't know either. Brother Xian, are you interested? I feel that you should be quite interested. Who knows, you might be able to make Gong Sun Jun a cuckold. Anyway, I don't like him. Why don't you come over and find out for yourself? All right, I'll go. After all, this was related to pursuing Xiao Xinyue. Lin Xian definitely had to go. On the other side, Ling Longshui returned home. At home, Bing Lingyue and Ling Longyue were both preoccupied. They weren't in the mood to eat good food. Out of nowhere, their sister was pregnant with a baby. And the baby was Lin Xian's. This made Ling Longyue really confused. However, after hearing Ling Longshui's explanation, Bing Lingyue also explained to Ling Longyue. She could accept it. After all, Lin Xian couldn't be blamed. However, she couldn't accept that in her eyes, the most outstanding and most beautiful sister in the world was sullied by a weak human. She was even pregnant with his baby. Sister. Seeing that Ling Longshui had returned, they quickly got up. For a moment, Ling Longshui didn't know what to say to them. Sister, did you give that Lin Xian a good beating? Ling Longyue said angrily. Beat him for what? Ling Longshui took off her coat. Then Ling Longshui looked at her baby bump. Sister, are you really pregnant? Why do I feel like it hasn't grown bigger at all? She leaned over and touched Ling Longshui's baby bump. It's only been a month. How can there be any changes? Bing Lingyue said and looked at Ling Longshui. Then, she frowned as she suddenly realized something. Because she realized that Ling Longshui seemed to be even more unfathomable. Ling Long, your cultivation has improved again. Ling Longshui nodded and sat on the sofa. I've advanced to the heavenly Dao realm. Bing Lingyue and Ling Longyue were both shocked. It's because you're pregnant, Ling Longyue said in surprise. Ling Longshui, Bing Lingyue. This girl's brain was still wired. How did she think of this? No, I don't even know why. It's just that I suddenly advanced. Has something to do with Lin Xian. I can't say for sure. This is too magical. Bing Lingyue exclaimed. But, sister, what about your baby? Ling Longyue pouted her lips. Let's leave it at that. Ling Longshui said softly. Then Lin Xian. Ling Longshui picked up the tea and took a sip. She was a little hesitant. Let's leave it at that. She said this again because she didn't know what to say. Oh. Ling Long, have you confirmed your relationship with Lin Xian? Bing Lingyue asked. Ling Longyue looked at her nervously. Ling Longshui nodded. But it's only confirmed. I just don't want the child to be born without a father. He might not be a good man, but I hope he will be a good father. You're so bad. Ling Longyue clenched her fist. Ling Longshui wasn't a fool. There were so many beautiful girls around Lin Xian. She wasn't sure how many she was, but she didn't think that Lin Xian didn't have any other girlfriends before her. She didn't believe it, but she didn't have to say it out loud. Let's leave it at that. On the other side, Lin Xian arrived at night KTV. This KTV should be one of the biggest KTV in Lin and city. It had a lot of background and there were a lot of big shots here. However, Lin Xian didn't know that this KTV was the property of the Azura Palace. To be precise, it was the property of the Gong Sun family. 3602. Lin Xian came to the third floor and found one of the biggest rooms. This was the room that Lu Zhengyi told him about. They were still inside. Lin Xian wanted to figure it out. If he broke up Xiao Xinyue and Gong Sun Jun, wouldn't it be very comfortable? It was fate that he saved the damsel in distress. However, if he created the illusion of a hero saving the damsel in distress, it would be disgusting. Needless to say, girls would really fall for this trick. It was reasonable for a man to save her when she was in the most dangerous situation. The door opened and Lu Zhengyi poked his head out. "Brother Xian, come in, come in. I'll introduce you to some friends." Then Lu Zhengyi pulled Lin Xian in. The account of "I can unleash unlimited big moves" was frozen. The writer's assistant was also lost. However, the editor can help to release it. I can only try it during the day. Also, it's not like I haven't updated this book for a few days. Why are you guys talking about it being unupdated? Normally I would update at midnight. It's only 10 hours late now. It's also today. Ooh. Chapter 757. The private room was very big. There were men and women sitting there. The girls were all pretty. Of course they were all wearing makeup. But no matter what, they were with these young masters. At least they had some foundation. No matter what, they could still be considered beauties. There were about 20 people, about the same number of men and women. Since they were Lu Zhengyi's friends, they were basically all young masters. Hey, hey, hey. Lu Zhengyi walked in and clapped his hands. Then he took out a microphone. "Everyone, please be quiet." Lin Xian wanted to stop him, but it was too late. He came here because of Xiao Xinyue's matter. Otherwise, he would have stayed at home with Dragony, or gone to Lin Ya or Murong Qing's place. What else could he do? Everyone quieted down, and all eyes were on Lin Xian and Lu Zhengyi. "Everyone, this is my big brother, Lin Xian." "That's right, it's Lin Xian from St. Brilliant's Academy. You must know him," Lu Zhengyi said proudly, as if he was proud just because he was related to Lin Xian. "Damn! Casanova Lin Xian. I've only heard of him before, but I never got the chance to meet him. So you're Casanova Lin Xian. Big brother Lin Xian. Let's get to know each other." Suddenly, a group of rich second generations gathered around Lin Xian. Since those women were here, they weren't good girls. They were also looking at Lin Xian curiously. Some girls were like this. They knew that this guy was a scumbag, but they still jumped into his arms. Obviously, in the eyes of these men, Lin Xian was Casanova, but in the eyes of these women, Lin Xian was a scumbag. But even if they knew, they didn't show any expression of disgust. Instead, they quietly looked at Lin Xian. Because they had heard of him before, and they probably knew how outstanding Ling Ying was. Not to mention her appearance, just her strength was enough to let people know how outstanding she was. They looked at Lin Xian curiously. What was so special about this guy that made such a beautiful and outstanding girl agree to be his girlfriend in just a few days? He felt quite ordinary, but his strength seemed to be quite strong. Lin Xian politely talked to them. "Young Master Lin, let's drink together." Soon, a few very open women surrounded Lin Xian. There was even a woman with a good figure and good looks who directly came over to Lin Xian's arm. Her chest deliberately rubbed against Lin Xian's arm. Lin Xian expressed that he really didn't feel anything. This kind of woman could be considered a beauty, but that was it. The beauty of the girls around Lin Xian was definitely beyond their reach. Lin Xian was used to their beauty. These women at most were just playing around. But Lin Xian didn't feel anything. He had so many beautiful girls around him that he hadn't coaxed yet. How could he be in the mood to play around? Then Lin Xian smiled, seemingly unintentionally took her hand away and said, "You guys have fun, you guys have fun. I'm just bored and came over to ask for a drink. You guys have fun, I still have some things to discuss with young Master Lu. Lin Xian's words had already reached this point. Of course, they couldn't force Lin Xian to do anything. After all, they weren't familiar with each other. Then Lin Xian and Lu Jingyi sat in the corner of the sofa. Lin Xian held a glass of wine. There were always girls looking over, wanting to get closer to Lin Xian, trying to do something. They weren't stupid. Since such an outstanding girl had taken a fancy to this Lin Xian, he must be very outstanding. Moreover, he was the younger brother of Lin Ya of the Yixian group. This news wasn't a secret. In any case, he was very, very rich. Wasn't his sister's money his money? Moreover, Lu Jingyi called him brother, which meant that he was even more awesome than Lu Jingyi. I say, where's the person you were talking about? Lin Xian looked at Lu Jingyi. Lu Jingyi slapped his forehead. Look at my brain, I almost forgot about this. I drank too much and went to the toilet to vomit. After vomiting, I'll probably wake up a little. Brother Xian. Lu Jingyi then revealed a smirk as he looked at Lin Xian. Brother Xian, you're not really going to poach that Gong Sun Jun, are you? Lin Xian looked at him. So what if I do? Nothing, I'm happy. I've been unhappy with this Gong Sun Jun for a long time. Moreover, that Xiao Xinyue is really beautiful. She's not much worse than sister-in-law. Hee, if Brother Xian could. Wouldn't that be great? Let's go. Then Lin Xian and Lu Jingyi walked out and went to the bathroom. Outside the bathroom, a man was holding onto the sink. He looked a little drunk, so drunk that he even forgot that he could use his spiritual energy to dissolve the alcohol. It's him. His name is Ji Chong, a member of the Azura Palace. He has some status and position, but of course he can't compare to Gong Sun Jun. Anyway, I saw that he was in a bad mood just now, so he sat there drinking. He drank and drank until he got drunk. Lu Jingyi said to Lin Xian. Lin Xian then walked over and patted Ji Chong's shoulder. Ji Chong looked over drunkenly. You. Who the F***ck are you? Ji Chong said drunkenly with a shake of his shoulder. How's your relationship with him? Lin Xian asked Lu Jingyi. Pretty good, we've played together for a few years. We've been through girls together. Lin Xian. Then Lin Xian told Lu Jingyi something. He nodded. Then Lu Jingyi put his arm around his shoulder. Chong my F***king Lu Jingyi. You drank too much. Jingyi. Ji Chong swallowed a mouthful of saliva and looked at Lu Jingyi. Chong, what's the matter? Why did you drink so much? Come, sit. Then he helped Ji Chong to an empty room and sat together. Lin Xian sat in the corner. What's going on? Why are you in a bad mood? Tell me, other brothers can't guarantee it, but if anyone dares to bully you, I will definitely avenge you. Also, this young Master Lin, Brother Xian. Do you know who Brother Xian is? He can F***king beat Liao Zhibong, Gong Sun Jun, and the others like dogs. Ji Chong glanced at Lin Xian. Gong Sun Jun, you F***king beast, F***king mud horse. Then he angrily roared. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. Wow. This is a bit interesting. This person helped Gong Sun Jun, but now he hates Gong Sun Jun. His value to Lin Xian is infinitely high. Brother, what did Gong Sun Jun do to you? Tell us, I can't help you, but young Master Lin can. Hearing Lu Jingyi's words, Ji Chong's tears fell as he wailed. King Mud Horse. King Gong Sun Jun. You asked me to do something but you didn't give me money, but you King my girlfriend, King me. I can't live under the same sky with you. That Ji Chong wailed loudly. When Lu Jingyi heard this, he was stunned. King Gong Sun Jun. He clenched his fists, his face full of anger. He and Ji Chong are not brothers, they can only be called friends, but when he heard this, he was also angry. Chapter 758. Lin Xian already knew that this Gong Sun Jun wasn't a good person, but he didn't expect him to be so disgusting. Let his own people do things for him, and he went to do his girlfriend. that Ji Chang seemed to have been holding it in before, but now he burst out crying. It seemed that he really did like his girlfriend. Brother Xian, you see. Lu Zhengyi looked at Lin Xian with uncertainty. I can't do anything about the matter between him and his girlfriend, but what I can do is to settle the grudge between him and Gong Sun Jun. This was just a matter of convenience, because there was hatred between Lin Xian and Gong Sun Jun. This hatred wasn't on the surface, but it was true that he sent people to kill him. Of course, Lin Xian wasn't sure if he was involved, or if it was just his father. However, this Gong Sun Jun had repeatedly tried to provoke or find ways to humiliate him. Lin Xian didn't know when he had provoked him. Xiao Xinyue. No, before that, Lin Xian was only with Xiao Xinyue in the sacred dragon flame cave. If it was this, then his heart was unimaginably small. But he must have known that the White Tiger Hall wanted to kill him. Maybe Lin Xian had his own selfish motives, or maybe he was helping others. No, helping others was all fake. Lin Xian was just doing it in passing. Selfishness was probably more important, and he admitted it. Lin Xian naturally couldn't kill him. Before Lin Xian had enough evidence to prove that Gong Sun Jun wanted to kill him, he wouldn't. At most, he would announce Gong Sun Jun's character or actions to the public. Originally, other than Brother Xian himself, no one else could get involved in the matter between their boyfriend and girlfriend, but for Brother Xian to have this kind of heart, I really thank you on his behalf. Changzi and I aren't brothers, but we've known each other for several years. He's actually not a bad person. I know very well that Brother Xian can help. Lin Xian shook his head. No need to thank me, I also have my own selfish motives. Brother Xian and that Gong Sun Jun don't get along, right? Lu Zhengyi asked. You will know in the future. What you need to do now is very clear. As long as your friend is willing to tell you these things, it will be fine. That's not difficult. Lin Xian shook his head. Very difficult. Lu Zhengyi looked at Ji Chang, whose voice was hoarse from crying, and then looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Why? Firstly, his testimony alone is useless. Secondly, there is no evidence. Thirdly, he might not be willing to testify. Lin Xian then explained to him. Yes, he does hate Gong Sun Jun, but what if he doesn't dare? This. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Lu Zhengyi also understood. The Gong Sun family was a large and powerful family. As for him, he was only a martial artist with a decent level. He didn't have much of a background. Testifying against Gong Sun Jun and the Gong Sun family was the same as completely offending them. Although on the surface everyone knew that they couldn't kill people, or else the trial union would put them on trial, everyone also knew that as long as no one saw it, they could kill as many people as they wanted. Then what should we do? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. This Ji Chang was very useful to him, but if word got out, he would be in danger. Lin Xian was sure of this. He couldn't get over it unless his safety was guaranteed. How's Ji Chang's family? Lin Xian asked. Chang Zi's family died at the hands of demon beasts when he was young. He and his girlfriend have known each other since they were young, so they have a very good relationship. That Gong Sun Jun obviously used a forceful method. Because Chang Zi's strength is decent, Chang Zi and his girlfriend basically take on some mercenary group missions to earn money. Then he continued. In fact, although Gong Sun Jun planned the scene of a hero saving a damsel in distress, and they were only helpers for money, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Lin Xian nodded. Indeed, there was nothing wrong with it. This was a hero saving a damsel in distress, after all. If you fell in love with a girl and tried to woo her but failed, you would use a special method for the sake of money. It wasn't like you were trying to kill her or make her faint. Perhaps Gong Sun Jun's intentions behind the scenes weren't pure, and as his helpers, all they did was make an insignificant disappearance. That was why this Ji Changren seemed to be a good person. Then Lin Xian had a way. Wake him up, Lin Xian said. Okay. Then Lu Zhengyi walked over to support Ji Chang, and the spirit energy in his body surged into his body, helping him get rid of the alcohol. Once the alcohol was gone, Ji Chang stopped crying and sat there in a daze. What's wrong with me? He wiped his tears and looked at Lu Zhengyi and Lin Xian suspiciously. Chong Zi, you were drunk just now. F*ck. I'm F** king drunk. Ji Chong spat out a mouthful of saliva, then looked at Lin Xian. This is. Lin Xian walked over and stretched out his hand. Lin Xian. Lin Xian. You're Lin Xian, the younger brother of the Yixian Group's chairman. The one from St. Brilliant Academy. Ji Chong froze for a moment. The chairman of the Yixian Group was indeed Lin Ya, but Lin Xian held the highest shares. Lin Xian nodded. Hello. Ji Chong reached out and shook Lin Xian's hand. Did something happen between us? I feel like you're looking for me. Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian said, you were drunk just now, and Lu Zhengyi and I heard a lot of things. What did I say? Ji Chong frowned. Gong Sun Jun directed a hero saving a damsel in distress script and saved Xiao Xinyue, so he pursued her, and you were one of his helpers. Ji Chong frowned. No, I was just talking nonsense. Ji Chong was afraid of leaking it out and angering Gong Sun Jun. Chongzi. Lu Zhengyi shouted. Brother Xian is one of us, Brother Xian is one of us. You can believe him, even if you don't believe him. Can you believe me? Brother Xian is my big brother, I know him, I also believe him. He also has a grudge with Gong Sun Jun. Don't you want revenge? Me. Revenge for what? Stop messing around. Ji Chong pretended as if nothing had happened and smiled. You said that Lingling was defiled by Gong Sun Jun when you were drunk. Lu Zhengyi said. Caw. Hearing this, Ji Chong couldn't help but clench his fists, blue veins popping out. Lin Xian walked over at this time, patted him on the shoulder and said, I know what you're afraid of. You're afraid that you'll be in danger and be killed by the Gong Sun family. Maybe you're more afraid of your girlfriend being in danger, right? Ji Chong looked up at Lin Xian. You can choose to believe me after this. You and your girlfriend don't have to do dangerous mercenary missions anymore. I'll take you to the Art Pavilion Group to arrange work for you. As for the reward, it'll definitely be more than mercenary missions. You can rest assured about this. You don't understand, money? Is money more important than life? What do I need money for? I can't even protect myself and Lingling. What do I need money for? Chong roared. Money is just a guarantee. At the same time, I can guarantee the safety of you and your girlfriend. Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian. Chapter 759. Lin Xian said, when the time comes, I will give you a spiritual weapon that can protect you. It will allow you and your girlfriend to leave the dangerous area and go to a safe place with the power of space. This will ensure your safety. Really? Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian expectantly. What he was most afraid of was his and his girlfriend's safety. Although his girlfriend had been defiled by Gong Sun Jun, it wasn't out of her own will. She was also forced. He really loved her. He couldn't accept his girlfriend taking the initiative, but she was forced. He really felt that it didn't matter as long as they could be good. Lin Xian nodded. No, words are no guarantee. Ji Chong then shook his head. He was not familiar with Lin Xian. He did not trust Lin Xian. What if he just wanted to achieve his own goal and then leave him alone? This was a normal mentality. Lin Xian expressed his understanding. Lin Xian smiled and said, that's simple. You just drank and didn't eat, right? I'll treat you. Let's have a meal together. We can talk slowly at the table. I'll help you get the things that can protect your and your girlfriend's lives. I'll give it to you on the spot. Is that okay? Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian. He did not want to punish Gong Sun Jun. He wanted to kill him so badly, but he couldn't do it. However, if Lin Xian could do it, he would rather give up everything. He would rather kneel down and kowtow to Lin Xian. However, he could not guarantee that his and his girlfriend's lives would be saved. Therefore, he still needed Lin Xian's promise. If it's really possible, I will kowtow to you. I will apologize to you. Ji Chong said excitedly. Lin Xian smiled and said, let's go, I will lead the way. Then Lin Xian took them to a hotel near Ling Longshue's home and ordered a private room. While the dishes were being served, Lin Xian went to Ling Longshue's place. Justice, can young Master Lin really be trusted? Ji Chong still asked Lu Jingyi worriedly. How can I not trust the person that I, Lu Jingyi, have taken a fancy to? Older brother Xian is the only person who can help you take revenge without taking anything from you, because he has the same goal as you. He also wants to ruin Gong Sun Jun's reputation. Alright, let me tell you. Then Lu Zhengyi whispered to Ji Chong. Older brother Xian wants to give Gong Sun Jun a green hat. Ji Chong's mouth. You must have heard of older brother Xian's battle achievements. He managed to catch Ling Ying in 3 days, and he can even hug her left and right. If older brother Xian wants to make a move on Xiao Xinyue definitely won't be able to hold on. When that time comes, older brother Xian will definitely make a move on Gong Sun Jun, wouldn't that mean? Ji Chong clenched his fists. He was looking forward to that day. Extreme anticipation. He was even willing to die in exchange for this day, but the only thing he was worried about was his girlfriend. He was afraid that something would happen to her. If I can protect Ling Ling's safety, even if I have to die, I will definitely help brother Xian. He is my Ji's. Ji Chong clenched his fists and said firmly. On the other side, Lin Xian arrived at Ling Longshue's home. Ling Longshue was pregnant for only a month. Other girls who were pregnant for a month could jump around, but it was mainly because she was too nervous that she didn't even dare to eat anything. Although she knew that it wouldn't matter even if she ate anything, she was afraid that it would affect the child. It wouldn't be good if the child wasn't beautiful. However, that shouldn't be the case. Her genes were right there. Although Lin Xian's genes weren't extremely handsome, they weren't too bad either. Ling Longyu also accepted this fact. She was just unhappy, but beating up Lin Xian that day was enough to vent her anger. She felt even more wronged. She didn't know why she felt wronged, and the other was that she felt unreconciled for her sister. Hello everybody, the man you love the most is back. Lin Xian teleported into the house. The three of them sat on the sofa eating snacks and watching TV. Then they all looked at Lin Xian. These three beauties, big and small, were truly a beautiful scene in the world. Too beautiful. What are you doing here? You're not welcome. Ling Longyu pouted and threw the apple in her hand at Lin Xian. Lin Xian easily caught it. Tisk, I'm not here to see you. I'm here to see Xiao Linglong and my son. Lin Xian then smiled and moved closer. Lin Xian smiled and made space for him. Then Lin Xian sat there and hugged Ling Longshue. How's my son? Lin Xian reached out and touched her stomach. Basically, there was no bump for a month. Ling Longshue blushed. If it was just her and Lin Xian, it would be fine. But with Ling Longyu and Bing Lingyue beside her, she couldn't let go. Then she slapped Lin Xian's hand away and said, He's fine. Lin Xian scratched his head. This girl was still arrogant and cold. Even if they confirmed their relationship in a short period of time, it would be difficult for Lin Xian and her to be as sweet as a normal couple. This was because she was not a girl with a sweet personality. Tisk. Ling Longyu pouted. Dragony came out from Lin Xian's arms and flew into Ling Longyu's arms. It could be seen that Dragony was very close to Ling Longyu. Dragony, why don't you stay here for a while and accompany little you? Lin Xian said to Dragony. But Dragony quickly shook her head. No, Dragony wants to follow Big Brother. Lin Xian laughed. You see, you have an endless supply of good food here. If you follow me, you'll be hiding in my arms every day. Don't you have so much freedom here? I'll come visit you often, don't worry. No. Even if I have to hide every day, Dragony wants to follow Big Brother. Dragony refused to listen to Lin Xian on this point. Lin Xian smiled helplessly. He was thinking for Dragony's sake. Since she didn't want to, then forget it. How do you know it's a boy? What if it's a girl? Or do you only like sons and not daughters? Ling Longyu gave Lin Xian a glare as she handed the chips to Dragony. Since it's already like this, even if she doesn't like it, she can only accept it. Ling Longshui also took another look at Lin Xian. Of course she was more concerned about it. Does he have a preference for boys over girls? A girl is fine too, I like all of them. It's not a big deal, but I think a son would be better. Why? Bing Lingyue asked with interest. She looked at Lin Xian and asked. Because if it's a girl, my beautiful daughter will be ruined by other boys in the future. Just thinking about it pisses me off. The three girls. Isn't this guy thinking a bit too far ahead? Say, if it's a boy, how comfortable would it be to pick up other girls? Lin Xian grinned. Lecher. Ling Longshui muttered. That's right, stinking pervert. Ling Longyu nodded repeatedly. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Forget it, I still have things to do. Chapter 760. Lin Xian truly felt that he was a scumbag. Xiao Linglong already had a baby, but he came here for another girl. He did not want this to happen. But he could not. It was a dilemma. Without the system Lin Xian was nothing. But now that he had it, he did not want it. He felt terrible and had to accept it all. Be it pretentious or whatever. He could not make a choice. Do you think Lin Xian did not want to have the system and live with a girl who was related to him now? He wanted that too. Do you think he wanted to continue having the system to strengthen himself and at the same time have more beautiful girls? What a joke. Any man would want that. So he was conflicted, so conflicted that he did not want to think about it anymore. Well, Xiao Linglong, can you give me something like a spatial artifact that can save my life? Lin Xian asked Ling Longshui. He believed that she should have no problems after reaching the heavenly Dao realm. What a coward! Ever since Ling Longyue knew what Lin Xian did to her sister, she was especially resentful towards Lin Xian. Just like Lu Yufan in the past, she liked to diss Lin Xian. Lin Xian could say anything he wanted. Go away, little girl. Eat your food. Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Dragony was beside him. She knew that Lin Xian didn't dislike Ling Longyue, so she didn't say who he would side with. She just wanted to eat her own food. Humph. Ling Longyue snorted. I say, be more respectful to me in the future. I'm your brother-in-law. Ling Longyue. Ling Longshui. Go to hell. Ling Longyue threw a pillow at Lin Xian. Ling Longshui thought for a moment. Then 2 talismans appeared in her hand. How many do you want? She asked. How many? Since Lin Xian had confirmed his relationship with Ling Longshui, he was no longer as embarrassed as before. Right now there are only 5 of them. These are talismans that contain my spatial power. As long as you inject a little spiritual energy into them, they can be activated. At most, they can achieve a spatial jump of 10 kilometers. Lin Xian's eyes lit up, and he leaned over to take it. Thanks. It's nothing compared to you helping me advance to the heavenly Dao realm, she said softly. There's no need to be so formal. Well, I'm going to get busy first. You guys eat and drink well. Little Dragony, you stay with the sisters first. When I'm done, I'll come and pick you up in the evening, okay? Oh, big brother, you must remember to come. Dragony said obediently. Don't worry, my little fairy wants to hug you to sleep every day. Lin Xian smiled, then waved his hand and walked out. Fiske, whose family with him? Ling Longyue then mumbled. Yes, Dragony. Dragony said sweetly. Okay. I know you're the closest to Lin Xian. Ling Longyue was very fond of Dragony. She was too cute. As long as it was a girl, she would probably fall for her cuteness. On the other side, Lin Xian came to the hotel room. Lu Jingyi and Ji Chong quickly stood up. Sit, don't be so nervous. The dishes haven't been served yet. Lin Xian sat down. It'll probably take another 10 minutes. Only 2 cold dishes have been served. Lu Jingyi said. Lin Xian then took out the talisman and handed it to Ji Chong. Brother Xian, this talisman contains the power of a spatial attribute expert. As long as you inject your spiritual energy into it, it can be activated. It will allow you to perform a spatial jump of 10 kilometers in the direction you want to go. When you encounter danger, I believe that if you can pull 10 kilometers away from the enemy, you should be fine, right? Lin Xian said. This. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Lu Zhengyi and Ji Chong revealed a shocked expression. They had never heard of such a thing. At most, they knew that spirit weapons could be used, but talismans. There are a total of 5 here. You can try it. Lin Xian also gave him the remaining 4 because Lin Xian felt that if he helped him, he would also be helping himself. There was nothing to lose. Moreover, this Ji Chong was very loyal and righteous. He might even be able to receive a loyal subordinate in the Thunder Tribulation realm. This Lightning Tribulation realm was already very powerful, but it was also because of his age, 27 years old. Although many people at the age of 27 didn't have a Lightning Tribulation realm, it also depends on the person. It depends on whether he is willing to risk being killed in the Demon Beast domain to improve himself. No need. Ji Chong quickly shook his head. What's wrong? Lin Xian looked at him suspiciously. Ji Chong said, if such a precious thing is wasted and used to try, it would be a waste of heaven's gifts. I believe in Brother Xian. No, believing is believing, but you have to be responsible for yourself and your girlfriend. You have to try it. Lin Xian looked at him and said seriously. This. Ji Chong's hand that was holding the talisman trembled slightly. His eyes were red. That's right, he was moved. This Lin Xian was actually willing to let him waste one to try it out in order to make him believe it. He really couldn't express what he was thinking. All right. Then Ji Chong stood up and bowed to Lin Xian. You should grasp the distance. There are still 10 minutes before the dishes are served. When you're done, just take a taxi and come over. You should be able to make it in time. Understand. Thank you, Brother Xian. Then Ji Chong nervously pinched the talisman. In the next moment, his figure disappeared from where he stood. Oh, so cool. Lu Zhengyi couldn't help but curse. Then he looked at Lin Xian. Hee about that, Brother Xian, do you have any more? Lu Zhengyi rubbed his hands. No, we'll talk about it in the future. When the time comes, I'll spend money to buy it. This thing is also incomparably powerful to protect one's life. Lin Xian nodded slightly. After about 15 minutes, the door of the private room was pushed open and Ji Chong walked in excitedly. Plop! He then directly knelt in front of Lin Xian, causing Lin Xian to be stunned. It was said that men had gold under their knees. As an expert in the Thunder Tribulation realm, he was even willing to kneel before Lin Xian. Such a person was actually absolutely trustworthy in certain aspects. What are you doing? Get up. Brother Xian, thank you so much. From now on, my Ji Chong's life is yours. Ji Chong clenched his fists, his eyes red, and said firmly, why would I want your life? Lin Xian smiled helplessly, then helped him up. In Ji Chong's opinion, whether it was for his own sake or for his own purposes, as long as he could deal with Gong Sun Jun, he would be Ji Chong's benefactor. Because he didn't have the ability to deal with Gong Sun Jun, Lin Xian even used such a precious thing to protect his and his girlfriend's lives. Furthermore, Lin Xian was even willing to take the two of them in. Sit down, let's eat. Ji Chong nodded, then sat beside Lin Xian. Tell me about Gong Sun Jun and Xiao Xinyue. Chapter 761. Lin Xian's main goal was Xiao Xinyue. No matter what, she was Gong Sun Jun's girlfriend now. If Lin Xian couldn't do anything to her, then something was wrong. He had to make them break up first. Obviously, once Xiao Xinyue found out about this, they would definitely break up. As for Gong Sun Jun, Lin Xian wanted to deal with him, but before he made it clear that Gong Sun Jun wanted to kill him, he wouldn't kill him. At most, he would just ruin his reputation. Ji Chong drank the wine in one gulp and said, Yes, it's like this. It's been about a month. At that time, Gong Sun Jun came looking for me and a few other people, a total of 5 people. We're all members of the Azura Palace's White Tiger Hall. We're all elite members of the White Tiger Hall, and we can be considered to have a relatively high status. After all, we're all at the same level. Continue. Lin Xian wanted to know how Xiao Xinyue's life was threatened when they couldn't even defeat her together. Ji Chong said, "At that time, Gong Sun Jun said that he liked a girl and we knew who she was. He asked us to help him play the role of a hero saving a damsel in distress and help him chase after Xiao Xinyue. I thought that it wasn't a crime, and we wouldn't kill anyone or set anything on fire. He even promised to give us a sum of money, so we helped him." "That Xiao Xinyue was stronger than you, right?" Lin Xian asked. "Yes, but Gong Sun Jun told us that he had a way to weaken Xiao Xinyue's strength, so much so that she wouldn't be able to detect it. Because we were worried about our safety, we specifically asked about it. It was probably Gong Sun Jun who found an opportunity to drug her food. This drug will only take effect after a cultivator releases their spirit energy. I don't know how much strength it can weaken. Afterwards, Xiao Xinyue just happened to go to the monster beast domain, and that bastard Gong Sun Jun probably found out about it in advance and acted. When we met her, we pretended to be lustful and injured her in the battle. Her injuries were quite serious. This was also Gong Sun Jun's request, otherwise it would be a bit fake." Lin Xian, "It was really King deliberate. After that, Brother Xian, you should be able to guess that it was Gong Sun Jun who appeared and saved her. After that, he seemed to have successfully chased after Xiao Xinyue. Do you have any evidence?" Lin Xian asked. He understood the process, so of course he believed it. But was he going to tell Xiao Xinyue that? Xiao Xinyue might still be suspicious, but she might not believe him completely. She might even confront Gong Sun Jun, and Gong Sun Jun would obviously be able to avert the danger. At that time, it would be Lin Xian and the others who would be at a disadvantage. Therefore, he had to make sure that Xiao Xinyue would believe him after he told her. Then, something would definitely happen. How can there be any evidence? I want to have one too." Ji Chong shook his head and said in annoyance. Suddenly, Ji Chong thought of something. "Oh right." He looked up at Lin Xian and said, "I remember now. That Wang Wenxuan might have a recording." "Recording?" Lin Xian frowned. "It's like this. Wang Wenxuan is a very cautious person. He thinks a lot before he does anything. I remember that when I went out with him in the past, he would always bring a recording pen with him to record things that were related to his interests. I asked him why he did that, and he said that it was a personal habit and that it might come in handy in the future. So, I think he must have recorded it that day as well. Although he didn't dare to use it against Gong Sun Jun, this person is very cautious." Ji Chong said. "Are you sure?" "I'm not sure, but if Brother Xian wants evidence, he might be the only one who has it. If there was a recording, then there was no need to say anything else." "Can you call him?" Lin Xian asked. "Course you can. I'm very familiar with him. I can casually ask him to come." Sorry to trouble you." No. Being unable to help Brother Xian is the most useless thing about me." After Ji Chong finished speaking, he made a phone call. There were witnesses, but sometimes witnesses were useless. Even if Lin Xian gathered all 5 of them and told Xiao Xinyue about this matter, she would still not forget her safety. She would still confront Gong Sun Jun, and Gong Sun Jun would still be able to come up with a million excuses to get rid of her. Therefore, there was a need for this recording. If there wasn't one, then they could only rely on Gong Sun Jun and think of another way. After about half an hour, a handsome and tall man walked in. He looked a few years younger than Ji Chong, about 24 or 25 years old. In Lin Xian's opinion, compared to ordinary people, 24 or 25 Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivators were really powerful. This person must have fought a lot in the demonic beast domain. "Brother Chong, young Master Lu." Wang Wenxuan walked in and greeted them. Then he sat down and picked up his chopsticks. "I say, aren't you guys too boring? Didn't you say you were going to treat me to a meal? King left my girlfriend on the street and came here, But you guys ate it yourselves? As he spoke, Wang Wenshuan added an abalone and stuffed it into his mouth. Could be seen that their relationship was really good. It might not be the ultimate kind of brotherhood, but it was definitely a good relationship. Didn't I leave all the hard dishes for you? If it's not enough, I'll order more. Lu Zhengyi laughed. Young Master Lu is awesome. Why don't you lend me some money? 100,000. King borrowed money again. Ck. Don't mention it. My girlfriend bought 2 bags for 50,000. King want to give her a slap. Wang Wenshuan said helplessly. At this time he noticed Lin Xian. This is. Lin Xian smiled and stretched out his hand. Lin Xian, please advise me. Ck. You can't be that Lin Xian from St. Brilliant's Academy, right? Lin Xian nodded. Ck. Wang Wenshuan wiped his hands on his clothes and shook Lin Xian's hand. You're my idol. King threw money to get your girlfriend. Let's not talk about whether you threw money or not. That speed and the quality of your girlfriend are amazing. In his opinion, Lin Xian might not have thrown money to get Ling Ying, because Ling Ying's necklaces, bracelets and the like, which one of them wasn't worth hundreds of thousands? That lady's watch of hers was worth less than 7 figures. Someone posted on the internet that she already had these before Lin Xian pursued her at St. Brilliant's Academy. So she was a proper fair, rich, and beautiful lady. You threw money at her. Obviously it was impossible. That was why Lin Xian was admired and worshipped by so many men. Lin Xian coughed dryly. It's a small matter. Lu Zhengyi said. Wenshuan, Lin Xian is my and Chongzi's big brother. Ck. That's my big brother too. Wang Wenshuan laughed. To have such a Casanova as a big brother, that's awesome. And he knew that this Lin Xian was definitely not simple. He and Ji Chong were ordinary, but Lin Xian had status. He recognized Lin Xian as his big brother, so he must be powerful. Chapter 762. Lin Xian felt that people like them were the best. All of them were sincere. At least when they got along with each other, they were good at small things. Wen Xian, Brother Xian invited you here for a matter. Ji Chong said to Wang Wenxian. Speak, Brother Xian. Don't call me Brother Xian. I'm not as old as you guys, so I'm embarrassed. Lin Xian scratched his head. Lu Zhengyi laughed. Brother Xian, the meaning is different. You don't have to call someone older. In our eyes, the people we respect are called brothers. It's nothing. Ji Chong said on behalf of Lin Xian. Wen Xian, according to the money that Gong Sun Jun promised us, has it arrived? Ck. Don't mention this. What the Ck? Do you think 5 million is money to a person? That's just a small amount of money. Ck. He won't even give it. Ck. That's because he knows that you guys don't dare to say it out loud. Lin Xian said. Yeah, he has a big family and a big business. What are we? Our family is just a little bit rich. To put it bluntly, he can pinch us to death with a stretch of his hand. Who would dare to complain? Wang Wenxian scolded. Ji Chong sighed and patted him on the shoulder. Alright, did you record it? Ji Chong asked. I did. Don't you know me? Although it's useless, I don't dare to ask for it. Hearing this, the eyes of everyone present lit up. There's a silver lining at the end of the tunnel. Lin Xian patted his shoulder and told Wang Wenxian what he wanted to say. So, I need your recording. What do you think? Ck. What can I mean? Hearing Lin Xian's words, Wang Wenxian jumped up and took out a recording pen and slammed it on the table. Ck. Of course I'm willing to vent my anger. Lin Xian didn't expect Wang Wenxian to be so awesome. Brother Xian, don't worry. This recording is very clear. From the beginning to the end, even his plan is very clear. When the time comes, hee hee. Wang Wenshuan laughed sinisterly. Then, Lin Xian turned on the recording and the few of them listened to it together. Lin Xian smirked. This recording was more than enough. Then, the only reason Gong Sun Jun could resist would be that the person in the recording wasn't him. It was just that the voice sounded similar. Someone was trying to frame him. But this was an era of technology. Voice matching. When the similarity reached a certain level, it would be really hard to explain. Plus there was a witness. That was enough. Ji Chang's girlfriend could also serve as a very important witness. Although it would open her scars, Ji Chang didn't care. He wanted to expose Gong Sun Jun Changzi. Lin Xian said. Understood. Then Ji Chang gave him 2 of the remaining 4 talismans. What is this? Wang Wenxuan took it in puzzlement. Lin Xian said, I'll give 1 each to you and your girlfriend. When in danger, inject spiritual energy into it. Can complete a space jump of up to 10 kilometers. Find me after you're done. Such talismans were very easy to make, especially when Linglong Shui had advanced to the heavenly Dao realm. All she needed to do was draw and inject her energy into it. It wasn't difficult to make. Wang Wenxuan revealed a shocked expression before putting it away. Then I hope the day will never come when I need to use it. Wang Wenxuan said. Lin Xian then said to Ji Chang, in the future, you can go to the art pavilion group with your girlfriend. When you're free, do what you want to do. I'll tell my sister about your salary. Thank you, Brother Xian. I'm really grateful. No, I'm the one thanking you. Lin Xian smiled. Then, Brother Xian, can I go? Wang Wenxuan looked at Lin Xian with anticipation. Are you willing? As Ji Chang had lost his parents and relatives, he didn't have many thoughts. He was naturally willing to have a stable job with a salary that was even higher than his mercenary missions. However, Wang Wenxuan, of course I'm willing. I'm tired of messing around every day. It might even be dangerous in the future. I think it's pretty good to follow Brother Xian, Wang Wenxuan said with a smile. Lin Xian said, how about this? You'll be in charge of the art pavilion group's security. In the future I might set up a faction. When the time comes, you should be able to become the faction's elders. However, there's a prerequisite. You have to be capable. Don't forget to raise your strength when you're free. Holy****. Brother Xian, you want to set up a faction? That's very difficult. Wang Wenxuan said. Perhaps it's not difficult for Brother Xian. Why don't you see how much influence and assets the art pavilion group has? Lu Jingyi said. I don't know much about it, but of course I'm willing, Wang Wenxuan said with a smile. When you've thought about it, just go to the art pavilion group. I'll let my sister know. F***ck. A few Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivators as security guards. That was really a lot of face. However, when they heard that Lin Xian was going to set up a faction in the future, the meaning was different. Let's not talk about the scale of development, at least the starting point was high. After that they went their separate ways. Lin Xian held the recording pen and smiled. Then he took out his phone and found Xiao Xinyue's friend. No. Lin Xian sent a message. On the other side, Xiao Xinyue and Xiao Runing were nestled on the sofa watching TV. They were mainly chatting. The relationship between the sisters was indeed very good. Although there were some things that they didn't want to say to each other, Xiao Runing would often find her to nag about other things. Now Xiao Runing was worried. Her family called her. If she didn't bring her boyfriend home this year, she wouldn't be able to go home for the new year, unless she was willing to go home for a blind date. Who would be able to stand that? So she came to complain to Xiao Xinyue. Then she saw Xiao Xinyue's phone on the coffee table in front of her. The screen lit up, and it showed Lin Xian's message, including Lin Xian's name. Xiao Xinyue's contact name for Lin Xian was his name. However, the name Lin Xian was particularly noteworthy in Xiao Runing's eyes. She casually glanced at Lin Xian's name and saw it. Isn't this Lin Xian? Why are you in contact with him? Xiao Runing asked. Xiao Xinyue was also quite surprised. She picked up the phone and said calmly, No, maybe he has something to do. Xiao Runing laughed in her heart. This bastard. Why is he talking to beautiful girls everywhere? I think he likes you. This person is very perverted. Even if you have a boyfriend, he'll probably still have his eyes on you. Xiao Xinue, you know him that well? Xiao Runing nodded. It's okay. He was my student in Tianhua City. Didn't he tell you? She shook her head and then sent a message to Lin Xian. He's womanizing everywhere. He even took advantage of me. Xiao Runing quickly stopped mid-sentence. Nothing. It's up to him. Chapter 763. In any case, in Xiao Runing's eyes, Lin Xian was a pervert. He didn't have anything that was particularly good at picking up girls, but one after another, girls would stupidly jump into his arms. It was really amazing. Even she had been taken advantage of countless times by Lin Xian. Her first kiss was also gone, but she wasn't angry. When she was alone, she would even think of that bad guy. This was strange. So Xiao Ruan always told herself that it was because Lin Xian saved her. If it was someone else, they would have killed him long ago. If Lin Xian knew about this, he would definitely cry out that he was wronged. He wasn't a pervert, he was just a playboy. Bah, that was called universal love. Shouldn't a man be praised for having such a big heart? Xiao Runing then curiously moved to Xiao Xinyue's side and looked at her phone. The phone rang. It was a message from Lin Xian. Are you free? Come out for a meal. I have something to talk to you about. Xiao Xinyu was slightly stunned. She had a good impression of Lin Xian. Maybe it was because Lin Xian saved her before, or maybe it was because after interacting with him, she felt that although this person was a playboy, he seemed to be a good person. Especially when compared to her boyfriend, Gong Sun Jun. She felt that other than the difference in attributes and strength, a normal Gong Sun Jun wouldn't lose to Lin Xian. However, for some reason, she didn't like Gong Sun Jun. In fact, she felt more and more disgusted with him. This was a woman's intuition. She felt that this person wasn't very good. On the other hand, a playboy like Lin Xian was good. She didn't understand. Also, Lin Xian could easily defeat her. This woman was proud. She could allow others to defeat her, but she must fight back, just like Han Chuxue. However, Han Chuxue didn't fight for anything now. If Lin Xian defeated her easily, she would have a deeper impression of him. See, I told you. A man looking for a woman for a meal. It's already afternoon, so it'll probably be night time. He definitely doesn't have good intentions. This guy must have taken a liking to you. Regardless of whether you have a boyfriend or not, he just wants to pick you up. Xiao Runing pointed at the phone and said with a very reasonable look. She did not know why, but when Xiao Runing said those words, Xiao Xinyu felt a trace of joy in her heart. Perhaps she herself was not aware of this trace of joy. However, this was what Xiao Runing had said, and it might not be true. Although she did know that this Lin Xian seemed to be a playboy, and there were many rumors about him in the academy. What if he really had a problem? However, after thinking about it, he felt that he shouldn't be looking for her even if he needed help. Maybe something happened, Xiao Xinyu said. Why don't you go back and ask? She nodded and replied to Lin Xian. Is something the matter? Then his phone rang again. It's an important matter. I'll talk to you about it when we're out for dinner. It's hard to talk about it over the phone. Hey. When Xiao Runing saw Lin Xian's message, she looked as if she had seen through everything. Do you see that? He desperately wants you to go out. Are you close to him? Is there anything important that you two can talk about? Xiao Xinyu shook her head. She wasn't close to Lin Xian. That's right. You're not close to him, so what important things can he talk to you about? His focus isn't on the topic with you but asking you out. He purposely said that he had something important to talk to you about, but in fact he just wants to ask you out. Xiao Runing said with a very reasonable look, and Xiao Xinyu believed her. Indeed, based on Xiao Runing's understanding of this hooligan Lin Xian, Her thoughts were correct. Then what should I do? Xiao Xinhua didn't know what to do. It seemed that her sister's relationship with Lin Xian wasn't bad. Although she was talking bad about him, she didn't have a hateful expression on her face. Ask him to come here. Xiao Xinhua. Don't worry. The corners of Xiao Runing's mouth rose slightly, and it was very beautiful. Then she said, I'll stay here and not leave. If you ask him to come to your house, he'll definitely be more excited than asking you out. Then when he suddenly sees me. Xiao Runing revealed a mischievous smile. It was a secret that she and Xiao Xinhua were sisters. No one knew, but it wasn't something that had to be hidden. It was fine to let Lin Xian and her friends know about it. Forget it. Xiao Xinhua shook her head slightly. Her house was a very private place for her. She didn't have many friends, so her house was very warm. The only one who came to her house was Xiao Runing. Even if Gong Sun Jun sent her back a few times, he didn't have a chance to come up. Let him come. Don't tell me you want to go out with him. Xiao Runing said. Okay then. Xiao Xinhua then replied to Lin Xian, asking him to come to her house. Lin Xian was stunned when he saw Xiao Xinhua's reply. What the F***ck? She's asking me to go to her house directly. Can't she give me some time to prepare? However, Lin Xian was of course more than willing. Then Xiao Xinhua sent Lin Xian an address. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and replied, Well, is it too inconvenient? Xiao Runing couldn't help but laugh when she saw Lin Xian's reply. She said, See, this is a man. He deliberately looks like he's going to refuse, but he's actually happy inside. Let him come. Xiao Xinhua then replied, I'm cooking at home. I don't want to go out. Xiao Runing saw this and said helplessly, Then don't we still have to cook? It's almost time for dinner. Xiao Xinhua said faintly. Okay. Then let your favorite sister cook dinner for you and that bastard. Well, Xiao Xinhua shook her head. What's not? Not my favorite. Xiao Runing. That hurt. That's right. You love your boyfriend the most. Sigh. Xiao Runing then sighed and walked to the kitchen. Gong Sun Jun. Xiao Xinhua shook her head slightly. Anyway, when she heard Xiao Runing say this, she didn't want to admit or say anything, because she knew in her heart that she had no feelings for Gong Sun Jun at all. Although they got along well, she didn't feel happy like the rumors said. She didn't quite understand. She also told herself that it was because they hadn't been together for long, and it was because of her personality. Things would get better in the future. She had never been in a relationship before, so she didn't know much about relationships. She tried to hold hands with Gong Sun Jun when they went out, but it was really awkward and she didn't like it. Other than that, they hadn't made any progress in more than a month. Although Gong Sun Jun wanted to kiss her many times, he couldn't do it at all. Gong Sun Jun also felt uncomfortable. It had been more than a month, and they hadn't F***king kissed or touched each other's faces. But he was patient. He could play slowly, and during that time he could casually find other women to have fun with. Then Xiao Xinhua went to the kitchen and helped Xiao Runing. Lin Xian excitedly went to Xiao Xinhua's place and called a taxi. Chapter 764. Why was Lin Xian so excited? F***ck. He had asked a girl out, and she had asked him to go to her house. This was more or less a hint, right? Anyway, that was what Lin Xian thought. If he told Xiao Xinhua the truth, she would definitely be sad. When a woman was sad, what could happen if he was by her side? It was hard to say, but it was an opportunity. After about 20 minutes, Lin Xian arrived at Xiao Xinhua's neighborhood. Since they were all from St. Brilliant Academy, they wouldn't live too far away from St. Brilliant Academy. Lin Xian and the others lived in the southernmost area, while Xiao Xinhua lived in the northernmost area. The distance between them was a little far, about 8 kilometers. But in a city, 8 kilometers was nothing. It was just that taking a taxi and waiting for traffic lights took some time. 20 minutes wasn't too long. Xiao Xinyue's neighborhood was a very luxurious bachelor's apartment. Don't think that a bachelor's apartment would be cheap just because it was small. Lin Xian and Ling Ying were living in a standard 3-bedroom apartment. The location was good and the price was good too. It was about 150 square meters. Xiao Xinyue's bachelor's apartment was only 70 square meters, but it wasn't cheaper than a 3-bedroom apartment of 150 square meters. It depended on one's habits. If she liked a smaller space, then she would live in a bachelor's apartment. She had all the rooms that a bachelor's apartment should have, but it was relatively small. Knock, knock, knock. Lin Xian stood at the door and took a deep breath before knocking. Light footsteps came from inside, and then the door was opened. Xiao Xinyue was wearing pajamas, but she changed into loose casual clothes in advance when she thought that a man was coming to her house. Xiao Runing slept at her place last night, and she was also wearing pajamas. At first, she was stunned when Xiao Xinyue wanted to change. She didn't think it was necessary. Then she suddenly realized that she could casually wear pajamas to meet Lin Xian. She even felt that it was no problem at all. Although a girl's pajamas didn't reveal much and were even more conservative than casual wear, there was a feeling that it would be ambiguous if you wore pajamas to meet the opposite sex. Therefore, Xiao Runing, who suddenly realized this, quickly changed her clothes. As the door opened, a gentle breeze accompanied by the faint fragrance of a young girl wafted into the room. It really made people feel relaxed and happy, especially when they saw Xiao Xinyue in front of them. She was so beautiful that she could captivate even birds and beasts. She was so delicate and perfect that it made people feel better. "Please come in," Xiao Xinyue said after seeing Lin Xian. Then Lin Xian walked in. "Wow, it's so beautiful." Lin Xian couldn't help but exclaim after entering. The space was not very big, but it was really beautiful. Lin Xian even felt that Xiao Xinyue had spent millions to decorate her home. The whole place was in an old-fashioned state. The lighting was a little dim, and the space was a little smaller. It couldn't be more beautiful, and it was especially clean and tidy. Lin Xian quite liked small places. An empty living room and a very small and beautiful living room really made the latter feel great. Especially when the curtains were drawn and the light was dim. Doing it on the small living room sofa. Just thinking about it made him excited. "It's okay. What do you want to drink?" Xiao Xinyue asked. "Anything. By the way, I heard that you were cooking, so I bought a soy sauce duck and some pig head meat on the way." Xiao Xinyue. "Sorry for the trouble. Just put it on the table." Then, she poured a glass of water for Lin Xian. Lin Xian walked to the table. The table wasn't in the kitchen. Usually, people didn't put the table in the kitchen. It was usually somewhere in the living room. Lin Xian casually glanced around and suddenly saw a figure standing in the kitchen through the blurry glass. He even heard the sound of vegetables being chopped. At first, Lin Xian didn't know what to think. His heart skipped a beat. This person can't be Gong Sun Jun, right? *CK. No wonder Xiao Xinyu asked him to come to her house. It was inconvenient for her to go out. It was even possible that Gong Sun Jun saw his message and deliberately asked him to come. In other words, they wouldn't have sex, right? *CK. Lin Xian couldn't accept it. In the kitchen, Xiao Runing knew that Lin Xian had come, but she didn't go out. She deliberately didn't go out. She was waiting for Lin Xian to come in himself. You have someone in your house. Lin Xian put the food he bought on the table and looked at Xiao Xinyue. Xiao Xinyue nodded. "My sister." Hearing her words, Lin Xian immediately breathed a sigh of relief. The feeling of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel made him feel comfortable. "So you have a sister. Then I'll go say hello." Lin Xian was quite excited. Xiao Xinyue was so beautiful. Her sister must be beautiful too. Maybe she was a beauty of the same level and could even trigger a mission for him. Then Lin Xian walked to the kitchen. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. The beauty in front of him turned her head. Lin Xian suddenly opened his mouth in shock. "Damn. Miss Xiao. Lin Xian really didn't think that Xiao Runing and Xiao Xingyue were sisters. He never thought that they would be sisters. Then he suddenly found out that they were sisters. Plus, he actually saw an old acquaintance in this kind of situation. This kind of shock was inevitable. Why do you look like you saw a ghost? Do I look like a ghost? Seeing Lin Xian's expression, Xiao Runing laughed. This feeling was great. His wishful thinking had failed, right? Oh. No, I'm just shocked. I didn't expect you to be sisters. Xiao Runing, Xiao Xingyue. It was common to have the same surname, so Lin Xian really didn't think about it. Damn. Although Xiao Runing didn't trigger the mission, Lin Xian didn't know the reason. It was the same for Yi. You said that they weren't beautiful and didn't have the qualifications to trigger the mission. That's impossible. Lin Xian believed that it would be triggered at a specific time. That meant he might have to make a move on a pair of sisters again. He already had a pair of sisters, Linglong Shui and Linglong Shui. He had 3 pairs of best friends, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue, Lu Yufan and Yi, Lingying and Han Chuxue, and even Lin Ya and Murong Qing could be considered best friends. Lin Ya and Xiao Runing were also best friends. What the F***CK? I'm afraid it's because I ruined your plans. Xiao Runing waved the knife in her hand and said with a smile. Xiao Xingyue came to the back. She could feel that the relationship between Xiao Runing and Lin Xian was very good. It wasn't a teacher-student relationship, but friends. Very good friends. It really made her feel very strange. She also knew her sister very well. This scene was indeed a little strange. What plans? Don't you have some improper thoughts about Xingyue? What are you talking about? Chapter 765. Lin Xian blushed when Xiao Runing hit the nail on the head. No matter what he did or what he did, Lin Xian was here to woo her. That was the truth. Aren't you being too much of a hooligan? It's fine if you're a playboy or interested in other girls, but Xingyue has a boyfriend. You can't do that, Xiao Runing said to Lin Xian. Damn. Who said I'm interested in your sister? Lin Xian said unhappily when he heard Xiao Runing's words. First of all, saying something like that could resolve the current crisis. Second of all, any pretty girl would hope that a guy would like her and revolve around her. Of course, Xiao Xingyue was the same. Even if she didn't think that way, she would subconsciously think that way. However, Lin Xian said that he wasn't interested in her right in front of her face. There was no need to explain the benefits of that, right? Although Lin Xian didn't think that he was a Casanova, he had woken up a few girls. He still knew some tricks to woo girls. Then why did you ask her out for a meal? Xiao Runing didn't believe Lin Xian's nonsense. I have something to do. I said I have something to do. It's very, very important, Lin Xian said. Oh, can you say it now? Lin Xian shook his head. No. Why? Because it has to wait until after the meal. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Come and help me. Lin Xian was unhappy. Damn. I'm a guest. An honorable guest. Lin Xian turned his head and walked to the sofa after he finished speaking. When he turned the corner, Lin Xian said, "All right, you don't have to make too much. I've already eaten. I'll just eat a little later. Also, I brought 2 dishes, pig head meat with green onions. It's very refreshing." Xiao Runing. This bastard. Why does it feel like everything that comes out of his mouth is so ridiculous? Then Xiao Runing smiled helplessly. You go chat with the guests. I'll cook, Xiao Runing said to Xiao Xingyue. I'll help you. The last thing she wanted to do was spend time alone with a boy. It was fine if she spent more time with Gong Sun Jun, but with Lin Xian, she didn't know what to say at all. Although you can ignore this guy, you still need to show proper etiquette. Why don't you cook? Should I go and chat with him? Forget it then. Your cooking is delicious. Xiao Xingyue said indifferently and walked away. Lin Xian sat on the sofa. If it was only Xiao Runing, Lin Xian wouldn't have been able to relax. However, Xiao Runing turned out to be her elder sister. Now that he had a familiar face, Lin Xian suddenly felt that this home was especially open. Then, he leaned back on the sofa and skillfully grabbed a handful of longans. "By the way, you're on your period?" Lin Xian asked casually. Xiao Xinyu. No, this person really did seem a little. How did he manage to talk to girls like this so casually? It was a psychological problem. If it was just with Xiao Xinyu, of course Lin Xian wouldn't have said it. It was just that when Xiao Runing came out, he inexplicably felt that this place was very close. Yes. Xiao Xinyu didn't say much and just said, yes. Why don't you ask me how I know? Lin Xian looked at her. Xiao Xinyu glanced at Lin Xian. Lin Xian peeled a longan and said, this can replenish blood, right? Xiao Xinyu. Then Lin Xian asked, by the way, how are things going between you and Gong Sun Jun? Has nothing to do with you. No, it has something to do with me. 'Cause I came to find you today about this. Xiao Xinyu frowned slightly. How much do you like him? Lin Xian asked again. Xiao Xinyu didn't answer. Lin Xian wasn't sure how far Xiao Xinyu and Gong Sun Jun had progressed. Previously they weren't progressing well, but now more than half a month had passed. Who knew how they were doing? So Lin Xian wanted to know what kind of tone he should use to tell her this news. Hey, tell me about it. No need. Xiao Xinyu refused to answer. Then how far have you two progressed? It has nothing to do with you. Lin Xian shrugged slightly. The reason why he wanted to tell her after dinner was because he was afraid that she would lose her appetite. What do you want to say? You can say it now. You don't have to wait until dinner. Xiao Xinyu looked at Lin Xian and said, forget it. Let's talk after dinner. Say it now. Xiao Xinyu's tone hardened. Then you have to promise me that no matter what it is, you have to eat. Xiao Xinyu nodded. Hearing Lin Xian's words, she inexplicably felt that it wasn't a good thing. Then Lin Xian took out the recording pen and handed it to her. Xiao Xinyu looked at Lin Xian suspiciously. I'll go help your sister. After saying that, Lin Xian walked away. Then Xiao Xinyu sat there and slowly turned on the recording pen. It was a conversation between several people. She could recognize one of them immediately, and that was Gong Sun Jun. She heard their conversation. At first, there wasn't much change in her expression, but when she heard Gong Sun Jun's plan, her face became angry. She had never understood one thing. Why was it that when she went to the demonic beast domain, she met a few people who coveted her beauty? At that time, when she used her spiritual energy, her entire body lost its strength. That was why she was not their opponent. She didn't understand why, but she knew that there must be something wrong. She even thought that when she met those people, she didn't know how she fell into their trap. But now she understood. But that wasn't necessarily the case. Although she was angry and even thought that it was true, after she calmed down and thought about it, what if it was fake? What if this was just a show made by someone who sounded like Gong Sun Jun? But if it was a show, who would know that she suddenly became weak during the battle? From what she knew, Gong Sun Jun didn't know either. Although he saved her and even asked her why she couldn't beat them, she only gave an ambiguous answer. She didn't tell him that she had no strength. Other than her, maybe only the person who made her weak would know. However, the recording pen Lin Xian gave her expressed her biggest doubt. A doubt that no one knew. So, in fact, she felt that it was true. But other than anger, she didn't seem to have many other emotions. Sadness. No. Perhaps he was disappointed, but more than that, he was furious. Maybe it was because he hadn't entered her heart, so she didn't care that much. If she really liked him, she could look at Ling Ying and Han Chushue, how they indulged Lin Xian, and how Lin Xian took advantage of them before. Xiao Xinyu didn't even have a single intimate moment with Gong Sun Jun. This wasn't love, right? She slowly put away the recording pen and calmed down. Then she walked to the kitchen. Chapter 766. Lin Xian was helping Xiao Runing cut the vegetables. He wanted to take advantage of her. Just as Lin Xian was about to make a move, he suddenly heard a little noise. He quickly retracted his hand that was secretly reaching for Xiao Runing's butt. Of course, Xiao Xinhua didn't see it. Lin Xian was also shocked. He thought that Xiao Xinhua would sit there for a long time. Fortunately, he didn't make a move on Xiao Runing. Otherwise, if Xiao Xinhua saw it, he would be done for. It was basically impossible for him to have a girlfriend outside and pursue another. If he were to do it with her sister, then he would be done for. How could he pursue Xiao Xinhua? News of having a girlfriend outside could be used as an excuse. If she saw him taking advantage of Xiao Runing, then he would be digging his own grave. However, Lin Xian was quite surprised that Xiao Xinhua's expression was very well controlled. Lin Xian even felt that she was very calm, except for a little bit of anger. This was a good thing. There was only anger but no sadness. This meant that she didn't have any feelings for Gong Sun Jun. If she did have feelings for him, then anger would be her second reaction. Her first reaction would be sadness. It would take a long time for her to cycle between sadness and anger. This Xiao Xinhua had recovered so quickly. In Lin Xian's opinion, this was good news. Where did you find her? Xiao Xinhua looked at Lin Xian and asked. It didn't matter to her whether Xiao Runing was next to her or not. She didn't care that it would be embarrassing to talk about this in front of her sister. Xiao Runing heard Xiao Xinhua's words and turned her head in confusion. Lin Xian said while cutting the vegetables, I got it from the actor that Gong Sun Jun hired. I got the news by accident. Then I thought, how could a beautiful and outstanding girl like you be deceived by that guy? So I used my connections to find another person. This person is very cautious. I heard that he always carries a recording pen with him when he talks about benefits. Although he might not use it or dare to use it, it is his habit. It is because of this habit that we have such important evidence. Xiao Xinhua nodded. You believe me? Lin Xian asked in surprise. She believed him just like that. A woman's intuition was much more accurate than a man's. Although she shouldn't have come to a conclusion before she figured out the whole thing, she felt that it was true. Whether it was towards Lin Xian or towards Gong Sun Jun. Although she felt that Lin Xian was indeed a playboy, she felt that his character was very good in other aspects. This point of view might have come from the fact that Lin Xian had saved her and they had spent some time together. Another very important point was that her sister, Xiao Runing, seemed to have a very good relationship with Lin Xian. Not necessarily, Xiao Xinhua said, shaking her head. Yes, she didn't necessarily believe Lin Xian completely, although she felt that it was true. Lin Xian said, there are still a few witnesses. I'll take you to meet them after dinner. B. Xiao Xinhua nodded. She had to confirm this matter. Hey, what are you guys talking about? Why can't I understand anything? Xiao Runing was dumbfounded. Oh, I'm planning to make Gong Sun Jun a cuckold. That's it, Lin Xian said with a smile. Xiao Runing, get lost. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes. How shameless. Hurry up and say it. What's the matter? Xiao Runing saw that Lin Xian wasn't saying anything, so she asked Xiao Xinhua. Xiao Xinhua didn't need to avoid arousing suspicion. It seemed a little embarrassing, but she didn't care. Then she played the recording for Xiao Runing. Bang! Xiao Runing slapped her palm on the marble stove, and then the stove directly cracked. I'll take you to cripple him, Xiao Runing said angrily. She didn't care if her sister found a boyfriend. No matter if the boyfriend was good or not, at least his character should be okay. But he did such a thing. What kind of character was that? Although Lin Xian's character was the same, he was at least open and aboveboard. Wait, was he really open and aboveboard? I'll do it myself, Xiao Xinhua said indifferently. Why don't I accompany you? Lin Xian said to Xiao Xinhua. No need. I think it's better to have someone to take care of you. What if you go to him and he falls out with you? I'm stronger than him, Xiao Xinhua said confidently. You're stronger than him, but you've been tricked before. Lin Xian said. Xiao Xinyu was stunned when she heard Lin Xian's words. Right. You don't even know how you got tricked. What if you get tricked again? So I can take care of you. Even if something unexpected happens, I can use my space attribute to ensure our safety. Lin Xian said in a reasonable tone. Have to go too. I'm your biological sister. Xiao Runing said angrily. She didn't think much of it if it happened to her, but when it happened to her sister, she was especially angry. "'Kay then, sorry for the trouble." Xiao Xinyu felt that Lin Xian's words were reasonable. If he could do such a thing, it proved that he was a sinister person. Speaking of which, isn't it a little inappropriate for me to poke his tires like that? Lin Xian suddenly muttered as he rubbed his chin. No, I feel like you've finally done something decent, Xiao Runing said to Lin Xian. Lin Xian, I don't even have the mood to eat anymore. Xiao Runing flipped the spatula. That's why I said I'll tell you after dinner, but you just had to ask. Xiao Xinyu, out of the pot, I've only made 2 dishes. Including your 4, I'm not in the mood. After dinner, I'm going to beat someone up. Xiao Runing said angrily. 20 minutes later, they finished their meal hastily. The most popular dish was the pig head meat that Lin Xian brought. Logically speaking, the pig head meat was really good with green onions. Then the 3 of them left the house. Lin Xian asked Wang Wenshuan, Ji Chong, and Ji Chong's girlfriend out. Lin Xian felt that they were more than enough. In the Gale Mercenaries coffee shop, they sat there while Wang Chanxian and Miao Xiaomiao served them coffee. Then they stood quietly at the bar counter. Ji Chong's girlfriend, Zhang Lingling, lowered her head. Tears streamed down her face as Ji Chong comforted her. F***CK. I just found out about this. Wang Wenshuan slammed the table angrily. I'm sorry for poking your sore spot, but this is very important to me, so I hope you can tell me. Xiao Xinyu looked at them with sympathy. Their anger and sadness were incomparably real in Xiao Xinyu's eyes. Lingling, this is the #1 expert of St. Brilliant's Academy, but she fell for Gong Sun Jun's trick and became his girlfriend. They will definitely avenge you and us. Ji Chong comforted Zhang Lingling. Chapter 767. Lin Xian went to the bar to talk to Miao Xiaomiao. He couldn't do anything about the situation over there, so it was up to them to decide. Zhang Lingling wiped her tears. Although it was hard to talk about it and she didn't want to remember it, Ji Chong didn't blame her. She also wanted revenge. Then she told Xiao Xinyu and Xiao Runing about what happened that day in detail. The 2 women became angrier and angrier as they listened. This is his blood. Has his DNA. If you need to confirm it, you can go and get it tested. Zhang Lingling took out a small section of a fingernail that had been cut off. There was a trace of blood in the fingernail. She must have hurt Gong Sun Jun when she was forced to struggle. She also wanted revenge. Otherwise, she wouldn't have cut off this fingernail with a trace of his blood and kept it as evidence. But she didn't dare, and she knew it was useless. Now that someone had done it for her, she was really grateful. No need. Xiao Xinyu had completely believed him. There was no reason for her not to believe him now. Then she stood up, turned around, and walked out with a cold expression. You all have a good rest, leave the rest to us. Although we can't guarantee that we will be able to bring him to justice, but we will definitely be able to help you vent your anger. Xiao Runing comforted them and then followed them. Lin Xian said to Miao Xiaomiao, I'll go with them. You don't have to go. Lin Xian then said to Ji Chong and the others, Don't worry. They might not be able to do anything big now, but I believe that they will be brought to justice soon. They might even disappear from this world forever. Lin Xian was even more ruthless. Lin Xian knew that after this matter went out, he would definitely be hated by Gong Sun Jun. He would definitely want to kill him. When that time came, Lin Xian could kill him. Thank you, Brother Xian. Zhang Lingling wiped her tears and then bowed to Lin Xian. No need. Have to thank you guys too. Have some coffee and leave the rest to the three of us. Lin Xian then followed. Lin Xian caught up with Xiao Xinyu and Xiao Runing. Hey, what are you going to do? Lin Xian asked Xiao Xinyu. I don't know, Xiao Xinyu said as she walked forward. That's right, she really didn't know what to do. She would think about it when the time came. Anyway, she had to confront him first. Course Lin Xian cared a lot. After all, Xiao Xinyu meant something special to Lin Xian, even though they didn't seem to be very familiar with each other. Where is that Gong Sun Jun? Xiao Runing asked. In his house. Obviously, Xiao Xinyu had just asked him. Lin Xian said to Xiao Runing, Miss Xiao, I don't think you should go. I'm not going. Of course, Xiao Runing was unwilling. That's right. Although you are Xiao Xinyue's sister, you are also a teacher. You are in the same school as Gong Sun Jun. You are his teacher. You are not suitable to go. So what? It's enough that I am Xinyue's sister. I don't care if he is a teacher or not. Xiao Xinyu suddenly realized this when she heard Lin Xian's words. She knew that Xiao Runing liked to be a teacher. If this matter was made public, her relationship with her sister would be exposed. At the same time, she might not be able to be a teacher anymore because of the Gongsun family. Although she could go to other schools with the Gongsun family around, at least no school in Lin and city would accept her. This was because they didn't want to provoke the Gongsun family. It would be very troublesome. You'd better not go, Xiao Xinyu said to Xiao Runing. Xiao Runing. Damn! When did the two of them start to wear the same pair of pants? I'll help you, Xiao Runing said. No need, Xiao Xinyu said softly. Although she looked cold, she didn't want her to pay the price. Although the price was nothing to them, she didn't want to trouble Xiao Runing. Fine, fine. If you don't want me to go, then I won't go. Xiao Runing obviously knew what she meant. She sighed softly and said, But you guys have to be careful. Don't cause too much trouble in other people's houses, especially you. Xiao Runing then glared at Lin Xian. Lin Xian expressed his innocence. Why did she remind him again? You are the most troublesome. Remember to control yourself. Although what he did was despicable, don't be too ruthless. Otherwise you might end up hurting yourself. Do you understand? She was just worried about Lin Xian. This guy really knew how to cause trouble. Sometimes he was especially ruthless. Don't worry. He didn't cheat on me. I don't have any big grudges with him. I'll just go and protect Xinyu. I won't do anything. Lin Xian said. That's good. Xiao Xinyu frowned. Lin Xian had called her several names. Why did it feel like he was playing it down? Was this the power of a shameless man's thick skin? However, she didn't want to think about this. What was more important was Gong Sun Jun's matter. Then Xiao Xinyu went straight away. Lin Xian followed her. Xiao Runing stayed behind and returned to the Gale mercenary group. She believed in Lin Xian. She knew that Lin Xian's spatial power was very powerful. Even if something went wrong, he could at least run away. So she didn't go. If she went, it would make Xiao Xinyu feel bad. He knew it too well. On the other side, the two took a taxi and drove to Gong Sun Jun's house. Gong Sun Jun's house was a very large manor. There weren't many families in Lin and city that had a manor. Only the top families in Lin and city could afford it. The manor was located in a slightly more remote place. After all, it was impossible to build a manor in the city center. Even if you wanted to, the government represented by the three major forces wouldn't agree. When the time comes, I'll be your most solid guard. Lin Xian, who was sitting in the back seat, said to Xiao Xinyu. Whatever. Xiao Xinyu said indifferently. Lin Xian smiled helplessly. Cold girls were the hardest to get. However, Lin Xian looked at her favorability. It was 20 points. These 20 points of favorable impression points seemed to be quite high. Lin Xian knew that it should be because he had saved her life. Girls were indeed like this. No matter how cold a girl was, her heart would always be soft. course, this was only limited to those kind of girls. If you had a heart as venomous as a snake or scorpion, then it would be a different story. Then, when you break up, do you want to consider finding another boyfriend? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Xiao Xinyue. She felt that Lin Xian's words made it sound like she was a loose woman who wanted to find a new boyfriend after breaking up. She didn't want to find one in the first place. It was all because of Gong Sun Jun's act and his pursuit of her for 2 or 3 years that she fell for it. She was too embarrassed to reject his pursuit. Chapter 768. Xiao Xinyue shook her head. No need, I'm not interested. I say, girls still need to find a boyfriend. Look at how beautiful you are. How many outstanding boys would want to hold you in the palm of their hands to protect you? The driver overheard their conversation and couldn't help but laugh. Lin Xian also laughed and agreed. Uncle, you're right. Girls, especially beautiful girls, need to be taken care of. Xiao Xinyue. What did Lin Xian mean? Young man, are you her pursuer? The driver asked with a smile. Yes, but she's a little hard to pursue. Lin Xian said with a smile. Xiao Xinyue. This girl is so beautiful. If you want to pursue her, you'll have to put in a lot of effort. Lin Xian. Yes, she's so hard to pursue. She doesn't even talk to me. Xiao Xinyue. All right, she felt like this Lin Xian was teasing her on purpose. She pretended not to hear him. Haha, uncle was once your age. You have to be sincere to girls. Girls can tell if a man is sincere or not. Isn't that right, girl? Xiao Xinyue was stunned for a moment, then she softly said, Yes. This girl is really pretty. I haven't seen such a beautiful girl in so many years. Young man, you have good taste. Lin Xian scratched his head and laughed. I won't pursue her if she's not pretty. Haha, you're ambitious. Good luck. Xiao Xinyue didn't know what Lin Xian wanted to do. Look, uncle has high hopes for us. Lin Xian moved closer to Xiao Xinyue's face and said with a smile. Do you believe that I won't tell Ling Ying? Xiao Xinyue didn't know what to say, so she just said it directly. Lin Xian. Wow. Why do all girls know how to do this? Tell him I'm not afraid. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders, looking like he wasn't afraid at all. Xiao Xinyue glanced at Lin Xian. Was he really not afraid? Acting, this is definitely an act. All right, then I'll tell him. She didn't even look at Lin Xian. She was waiting for Lin Xian to beg for mercy. Who knew that Lin Xian would never admit defeat? Was he really not afraid? He didn't know why, but after talking to Lin Xian for a while, his mood actually improved. Soon they arrived at the manor of the Gong Sun family. In this huge manor there were a lot of servants and the like. This was a big family. In fact, the so-called servants were definitely not like the ancient times where they had no human rights. In fact, they were just working in the big family and helping out with some miscellaneous things. As for who was in the Gong Sun family, such as Gong Sun Jun's father, it was unknown. But even if his father was here, Xiao Xinyue would not admit defeat. Standing at the entrance of the manor, Xiao Xinyue pressed the doorbell, and then a few security guards came out. Oh, it's Miss Xiao. Please come in. They obviously knew Xiao Xinyue, and naturally received instructions that she could enter at will. They quickly opened the door for her. When their gazes landed on Lin Xian behind Xiao Xinyue, they were all puzzled. Xiao Xinyue was their young master's girlfriend. They knew that there was no problem for her to come, but why was there a man of similar age behind her? Even if he was Gong Sun Jun's friend, he couldn't enter without permission. Stop! They stopped Lin Xian. What? Aren't you going to let her in? A bodyguard said. The young master only allows Miss Xiao to enter at will. Even if the others are the young master's friends, they still need to report to the young master. I brought him here. Xiao Xinyue looked back and said lightly. Miss Xiao, we are following orders. Logically speaking, if Xiao Xinyue was angrier now, she would directly attack Gong Sun Jun's henchmen. I'll say it again. I brought him here. Xiao Xinyue's tone was cold, and those people instantly felt like they had fallen into an ice cellar. They looked at each other. Indeed, Gong Sun Jun had said that if it was a girl, they would definitely allow Xiao Xinyue to bring her in. But it just so happened that it was a guy. They didn't know why, but in their eyes, Xiao Xinyue was their young master's favorite woman. Her words were also an order. Please come in. After thinking about it, they decided to let Lin Xian in. If Xiao Xinyue was unhappy, they would have to bear the consequences even if they were following orders. Where is your young master? Xiao Xinyue asked. The young master is waiting for Miss Xiao in the back garden. Then Xiao Xinyue and Lin Xian walked over together. Lin Xian scanned his surroundings to see what the situation was like in the manor. There were quite a few people, but most of them were servants who cleaned the yard or watered the plants. They were all very ordinary people who came here to work every day. They didn't belong to the Gong Sun family. There are members of the Gong Sun family living in this manor, but that's just the Gong Sun family. The Gong Sun family is a relatively large family, and they have other direct descendants. However, they aren't here, so I don't know how many experts there are here. Xiao Xinyue explained to Lin Xian on the way, because it was very likely that there would be a battle soon. She wasn't here to simply reason with him. What was the point of that? Could there be people from the Azura Palace here? Lin Xian asked. No, the Azura Palace is the Azura Palace. Even if he's the hall master, he can only use the people of the White Tiger Hall, and he can't use a large number of them. This is their home, so it's obviously against the rules to use the people of the White Tiger Hall to guard the house, so there shouldn't be any members of the Azura Palace. Lin Xian didn't know what kind of experts such a family could have. Was it the heavenly venerable realm? There should be some in the domain realm. However, Lin Xian, who had advanced to the law realm, had the spatial attribute. Domain realm experts definitely couldn't defeat him, but he could use the spatial attribute. Domain realm experts could no longer restrict Lin Xian, who had the spatial attribute of the law realm. So there shouldn't be a problem. Even heavenly venerables couldn't restrict him, as long as he didn't have any special methods to restrict space. There was no other way. Lin Xian had to help Xiao Xinyue vent her anger. If he helped her vent her anger, it would be easier for him to get Xiao Xinyue. After that, he didn't know what to do. There was also Murong Qing. How annoying. Although he said it was annoying on the surface, he was actually very satisfied and looking forward to every reward. Perhaps this was what men were like. Soon they arrived at the beautiful back garden. Even though it was winter, there were still flowers of various colors. Coupled with the white snow, it was truly beautiful. Xinyue. Gong Sun Jun didn't expect Xiao Xinyue to take the initiative to look for him. Then he happily stood up and suddenly frowned. Chapter 769. Gong Sun Jun felt very uncomfortable. He thought that Xiao Xinyue came to him because she missed him or something. Even if she didn't miss him, he was willing to come. This was the first time. But when he looked back, it was Lin Xian. What the F***ck is going on? Why did Lin Xian come with him? His girlfriend could come with any other man, but not with Lin Xian. This was because Lin Xian was his mortal enemy. He was the kind of mortal enemy that he had to kill. He made him lose face and went against him. For a young master like him, others had to be respectful when they saw him. Who dared to provoke him? Not to mention humiliating him in front of his face, and even flirting with his girlfriend Xiao Xinyue in front of him. But now, Xiao Xinyue actually brought him here. This made Gong Sun Jun unable to accept it. At the same time, he had an inexplicable bad feeling. He hoped that Lin Xian had something to do with him, and that Xiao Xinyue didn't specially bring Lin Xian here. Isn't this young Master Lin? Why didn't you inform me before coming? Although he was extremely unhappy, how could Gong Sun Jun show it in front of Xiao Xinyue? Oh, I'm just here to play. Young Master Gong Sun, do you not welcome me? Lin Xian said with a smile. Of course I welcome you. It's just Gong Sun-jun glanced at Xiao Xinyu, then said to Lin Xian, "That's right. You see, Xinyu came to find me. I still have a lot of things to talk about with Xinyu. Why don't you go back first? When I'm done, I'll come find you personally. How about it?" Lin Xian shook his head. "That's not necessary. Came with Xinyu for you." Oh. Gong Sun-jun's eyebrows twitched slightly. Because of Lin Xian's appearance, coupled with his words, he had a bad feeling. But he couldn't show it. "Then come and sit. Let's have a cup of tea and talk slowly." "No need," Xiao Xinyu said coldly. Gong Sun-jun looked at her. Hearing her tone and seeing her expression, he frowned. Sure enough, his feeling was right. Gong Sun-jun thought that Lin Xian had said something to Xiao Xinyu, but he believed that he could explain himself. "What happened to you?" Gong Sun-jun said to Xiao Xinyu with a smile. Xiao Xinyu extended her hand and threw the recording pen to Gong Sun-jun. Gong Sun-jun raised his hand and caught it. "Listen to it yourself," Xiao Xinyu said indifferently. Gong Sun-jun looked at the two of them in confusion. Then he turned on the recording pen. The first thing he said was his own words. When he heard these words, his entire body trembled with a thump. How could this be? The content of the recording pen continued to play until Gong Sun-jun finished talking about his plan. Then Gong Sun-jun turned it off. Xinyu, just because of this. Gong Sun-jun was very calm. "Is it not enough?" "Ha ha ha." Gong Sun-jun couldn't help but laugh. "Xinyu, don't you know what kind of person I am? Don't you know how sincere I have been to you during this period of time?" Yes, there is someone in this recording who sounds like me, but this is a recording. Don't you suspect that someone is framing me? Deliberately creating conflicts between us to break us up? To achieve his unspeakable goal? When Gong Sun-jun said this, he looked at Lin Xian. He was telling Xiao Xinyu that this was Lin Xian's conspiracy. But he never thought that there would be such a recording. He never thought that it would happen. Yes, he did do this, but he really didn't expect it. He didn't give the 5 people money because he knew that it was the same whether he gave them money or not. They wouldn't dare to say anything. So why should he give them money? They weren't his people. After this, they wouldn't have any interaction with each other. But this recording. Hearing Gong Sun-jun's words, the corner of Lin Xian's mouth curled up. Xiao Xinyu had confirmed it before coming over. "Young Master Gong Sun, why don't we do an audio detection?" "Lin Xian, what do you mean?" Gong Sun-jun looked at Lin Xian with an ugly expression. "I don't mean anything else. I just found this thing out of the blue. Oh, Ji Chong gave it to me, so I gave it to Xiao Xinyu. I just think that it's despicable to pursue a girl like this. What do you think?" Lin Xian asked, smiling. The reason why Lin Xian wanted to mention Ji Chong was because only he would suffer Gong Sun-jun's wrath if he did so. The other 4 most likely would not. If he did not mention Ji Chong, all 5 of them might be killed. Believe me. Someone is framing me. Gong Sun-jun walked towards Xiao Xinyu and reached out his hand, but Xiao Xinyu released a force and pushed him away. "You still don't want to admit it?" Xiao Xinyu looked at him coldly and asked. Gong Sun-jun gritted his teeth. "Admit it? Yes, admit it. Maybe admitting it would give him a chance." He knew Xiao Xinyu. She wouldn't come if she wasn't sure. Maybe she already did an audio detection before coming. Yes. Gong Sun-jun gritted his teeth and nodded. "I did this. I didn't want you to know because I didn't want you to think too much. You should know what I mean." Gong Sun-jun then looked at Xiao Xinyu with a pleading look. His eyes were extremely sincere. However, in the eyes of Lin Xian and Xiao Xinyu, it was extremely ugly. "Xinyu, you should know what I mean. I pursued you for almost 3 years. I really pursued you for a long, long time, but you still ignored me. Only through this method can I pursue you. I lied to you, but that's because I love you too much. Really. I did this because I love you too much. To be honest, if it was just like this, if he was a good person and just did this, these words might soften Xiao Xinyue's heart, because girls were really easy to soften. However, no matter how sincere and touching he said it, it was useless because he was simply not good enough. He even raped Ji Chong's girlfriend. Besides her, Lin Xian and Xiao Xinhua believed that other girls had also suffered from this. Therefore, his current appearance was even uglier in Xiao Xinhua's eyes. "You're really too annoying." Xiao Xinhua then took out the little bit of fingernail. "This is Lingling's fingernail. There are traces of blood in it. She accidentally scratched you when you raped her. Do you need to do a DNA test?" Xiao Xinhua asked coldly. Gong Sun Jun's pupils suddenly shrank. "Ayaya, I say, young Master Gong Sun, your character isn't good. Although I'm a bit of a playboy, at the very least I don't cross the line when I do things. As for you, Lin Xian shook his head and sneered. "Shut up." Gong Sun Jun glared at Lin Xian and pointed at him with a ferocious expression. Oh, you're angry." Lin Xian continued to provoke him. "Good. Very good. Xiao Xinhua, have you been colluding with this Lin Xian for a long time?" Gong Sun Jun then pointed at Xiao Xinhua and said angrily. "You're tuning in to the Whispers of Romance YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.